As a Black American who constantly frequents South Africa, I constantly see news articles and reports that South Africa is one of the most, dangerous countries due to the cities. And I thought doing a video on this would be very important because, me personally, I don't really see the danger like that, but I do understand I'm also staying in a lot of, what people would consider to be wealthy areas, around the, white South Africans or the Afrikaners as they call them. So I said, let's go ahead and do a video on this, man, because in the news recently, between the xenophobic attacks, there was a model, I believe her name was Chidima, and then there was somebody else named Zelani Tate. They were both attacked recently inside of South Africa as well. And I see we have a decent audience. So shout out to y'all for coming in. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe on your way in. And then, yeah, let's get into it. Let me go ahead and do some audio checks real quick. I do want to have some people call in. So Nigerians, South Africans, all around, the African diaspora, whatever country you're in, go ahead and feel free to call in. Let me go ahead and drop the link. And I'm going to check my audio. I'm going to check my audio while I'm doing all this stuff. I want you guys to like the video and leave some comments in the chat. Is South Africa one of the most dangerous countries on earth? Because for some reason in the news, I'm constantly seeing things, the articles, xenophobic attacks, and, Zelani Tate recently getting off, pow, pow. And then you have Chidima, who was recently also attacked, and you have the xenophobic attacks, and they're trying to get everybody out, and they don't do it really to the white Afrikaners and blah, blah, blah. So a lot of people, I thought would, like to hear this kind of, information, like to hear what's going on. So let's go ahead and have the conversation while I'm getting everything set up. Make sure you guys like the video on your way in. I'll just reiterate that. All right, let's get to it. 1 second. All righty. There we go. There we go. Make sure everything is looking good on my end. So I'm gonna do my intro one more time, and then shoot, look at Calvin. Shout out to Calvin, man. He says he just dropped $50 in the Cash App, man. Shout out to this brother, man. Hey, man, shout out to all the Patreon supporters, guys. We have 75 members on the Patreon right now. So I want you guys to go ahead, get on the Patreon, patreon.com/Traveltriberaw, and show love, man. Shout out, though. Shout out to the brothers that really be supporting, man. It's a small YouTube channel, but I swear we got the biggest Patreon, man. And we got a group chat for y'all brothers, too. When y'all come on in here, we got a group chat. Hard work pays off. This is my nice luxury hotel. You know what I'm saying? We living good, man. Shout out to South Africa. I ain't going to lie to y'all. South Africa is a nice place to be when you got some money. I'm just going to keep it a bean, man. I'm just going to keep it a bean. But anyways, today we're here to talk about South Africa. Is it one of the most dangerous countries in the world? Because there's a lot of articles and a lot of news sources saying that it has the most dangerous cities on this planet. And I find that very wild. I find that very, very wild due to the fact that, even when I actually went to Hillbrow, I had a South African homie. He took me to Hillbrow. And, as a Black American traveling to South Africa, I was like a little on alert. I'm not going to lie, because I heard some crazy stories and stuff. But when I was over there in Hillbrow, I was like, damn, this ain't that dangerous. You feel me? There was decent people. Everybody welcomed me in, but then you see online the xenophobic attacks. You see Chidima recently inside the news getting attacked. You see Zelani Tate just got plow. He just got off. So, man, I said, let's go ahead and do a call-in show to talk about what's going on inside of South Africa. Let's talk about South Africa's madness, y'all, shall we? Okay, so I want all the African diaspora to call in. I see we got a decent crowd right now. We got some Nigerians calling in. We got some South Africans calling in. While you guys are doing that and getting things settled behind the scenes, make sure you guys like the video on your way in. I would really appreciate it. And subscribe to the channel. We got more content just like this on my Patreon too, by the way, y'all. If y'all was ever wondering, like, where can I watch more of this stuff? I want to see more about African diaspora or worldwide news in a raw and real way. Yeah, we got it over here. We got it over here, all right? Shout out to the Bedroom Podcast too. This is a podcast I do and I travel. So that's pretty nice. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and talk about South Africa, shall we? Uh-oh. No, we don't want that. Uh-oh. Let me see real quick. 1 second, y'all. My bad. Let's go back to the flag. All right, whoever was just in the live, I need you guys to call back in. Call back in. Shout out to Big P. He says, shout out to the big homie. Shout out to you, brother, for being a supporter, a real good, true supporter, too. You know, now pause. I gotta say pause because Big P has a suspect name, so we can't give him too much love over here, man. But anyways, yeah, shout out to the real supporters though. 1 second, let me check something, y'all. Hold on. Let me see something real quick. I want y'all to call back in though. Whoever was just here, call back in. Call back in. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Gotta get better on this damn YouTube shit. Boy, I tell you, it's not easy. Boy, I tell you, man. All right, that's not bad. All right, let's go back to the live stream. Cool. All right. Bet. All right, y'all. So I want y'all to call in, man. Call in. Let's talk about it. If the live stream is going well and you guys are liking what you're hearing, we're going to react to the white South Africans having their white-owned city, inside of South Africa, which I find to be very interesting because, it's a predominantly melanated country. So it's just interesting that they have certain cities where they're like, oh, black people can't enter. I've actually had some black South Africans tell me this. They're like, do you know they have, white South Africans here and they won't let any black South Africans in? I'm like, Negro, if you don't go ahead and charge in there with your millions of people and go ahead and get y'all damn land back, what the hell you mean they don't? Like in America, that makes sense for us foundational black Americans to say, like, do you know they have white-owned sundown cities and towns where they'll end you if you go to the city? Yeah, that makes sense because there's more white people than there is black people in America. So it makes sense. But for a black South African to tell me that, like, can you believe they're doing this in our country? I'm like, Negro, you're 93% of the population. Like, come on, man. Y'all better figure some shit out. Goddamn, if we had y'all numbers in America, boy, this is why they gotta have us in these abortion clinics inside of America, man. They done did a number on our community. These ladies, they love abortion clinics and Plan Bs. They pop them in like M&Ms inside of America. So, they do that because American government, they did a number on our people. We had less numbers, but how we doing better? You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it a bean, man. Let's just keep it a bean. Let's just keep it honest. Let's keep it honest. So yeah, we're here to talk about, on a more serious note, we're here to talk about the unfortunate things that are happening inside of South Africa as of recent, a lot of xenophobic attacks. We talked about this before, but I'm seeing a rise, and I want to show you guys the statistics, right? I want to show you guys what the numbers are showing. So give me 1 second real quick. I'm going to show you guys the numbers. 1 second. Okay. So, and shout out to everybody that's just coming in. Today we're talking about South Africa in a raw and real way. All right. Like I said, the called in link is in the chat. If you guys are wondering, well, how do I call in? You go ahead and click that link in the chat and that will take you right inside. Okay. All righty. Let me go ahead and let's pull this up on the screen. Okay. Let's pull this up on the screen just so you guys can kind of see what the numbers are showing and why I said South Africa is one of the most dangerous countries, quote unquote. That's what they tell us, right? That's what they tell us. All righty, let's bring this up. Boom, blam, pow, boom, boom. So, okay, that's that. Most dangerous. All right, and we want to share this one instead. Boom, plow, plam. All right. So as you guys can see right here, right, it says the most dangerous cities according to their crime index. South Africa has about 2 cities, and by the way, this is from the 2025, data. But South Africa has 2 of the top cities on there, And I find that like very wild because I've lived around South Africa, Pretoria. I've lived inside of Durban, Johannesburg. So for them to be the top six, something's not right here. Because there's multiple reports of this, guys. There's multiple reports saying South Africa is one of the most dangerous countries, based off of population, data for the cities and city crime index. There's many different sources saying this is true. So I'm like, where's all the crime when I'm walking around the streets and living a great life over there, inside of Johannesburg specifically? As you guys know, as of recent, Durban is, the place to be. But when I was in Johannesburg, I never ran into any issues in Johannesburg. The only issues I've ever ran into in Johannesburg was I've had some very weird Uber drivers. I had about two drivers, but luckily, a part of the business that I'm in, I do have my personal drivers, and they never caused me any issues. They never caused me any issues. Shout out to Young Villain. He says this is a good topic. Oh, definitely, definitely, because there's a lot of things happening to a lot of melanated brothers and sisters inside of South Africa right now. So here's the first thing that we want to show is the crime index. They're saying that Pretoria is dangerous, Johannesburg, Durban, and I've been telling everybody, I'm like, come to South Africa, come to South Africa. I still don't believe South Africa is as dangerous as is saying here. I believe certain parts of Mexico definitely you want to watch out for more than some place like South Africa. Did I say New Mexico? I meant to say certain parts of Mexico. Yeah, there's definitely certain parts of Mexico that are way more dangerous than this. And I'm believing the reason that they're saying it's so dangerous is most likely due to most countries not really giving proper crime indexes, for whatever reason. Maybe it messes up their tourist industry. And maybe South Africa is just the most honest, because that's the only thing I can assume. Like I was trying to tell you guys, I had a homie that actually grew up in America, but he's South African and he goes back to South African frequently. This brother actually went to, whatchamacallit, shout out to someone else in the chat. I see they say a good, interesting topic. I must say, shout out, shout out. And I had a brother take me to Hillbrow, South Africa, which is Hillbrow's like a little area like in the downtown region. And it's supposed to be ghetto, right? Now, I don't know if it's because I grew up in Inglewood, Cali, but in Inglewood, Cali is considered the extreme hood in America. Like that's like even when I go around different states inside of America, they always say, "Oh my God, you from the city of Inglewood? Inglewood up to no good." That's what my people are known for. You know what I'm saying? And it's really wild to me because, when I see Hillbrow, as I grew and I got older, I moved more into Los Angeles, near Hollywood, West Los Angeles, all that area. And when I think about my experience in Inglewood, which is the super hood, versus like a place like Hillbrow. Hillbrow, it can't be as bad as Inglewood when I was growing up. So I'm like, why are they saying like Inglewood should probably be on the worst ranked? Where's Chicago? Why is it, the only one they have listed here is Memphis? I'm just like, where is where's the other American cities that have a high pow pow, index? So it's very odd to me, guys. It's very, very odd to me. Very, very odd. Big P says it's a white supremacist propaganda to keep them docile and justify their racism. I like that. I like that angle. Right, right. So in order for them to dehumanize melanated people, they need to first off, because we are human, so it would be hard to just put us in front of somebody and say this is a human. They need to have a lot of what looks to be almost fake crime reports to show that the melanated people in these certain regions are just terrible people. So the world says, oh, when they shoot somebody inside of South Africa that's melanated, they say, oh, it's the blacks, they're the black South Africans, they're ghetto, they're mean, they're bad. It's best to get them up out of here, So, okay, that was a good point. That was a good point, definitely. That was definitely a good point. So, yeah, when my homie took me to Hillbrow, something I realized was that Hillbrow is not as crazy dangerous as so many people were saying. I walked by some people that, I ain't going to say if people gangbanging or not. I'm just gonna say I walked around, worked. I definitely didn't work with any of these people, these damn felons. No, I'm just playing. But I walked around, some people inside of Hillbro, and they dapped me up. They said, "What's good? Hey, what's good, bro? What's good? What's good?" That's all I was hearing. What's good, bro? Oh, bro. Hey, what's good, bro? And my South African homie was like, "Oh yeah, this my homie from America. Yeah, this my partner from LA." Like all this, and I was just dapping there. It was cool. It was love, man. I seen the kids walking home from school. That's how you know that a certain city is not that dangerous as they're saying. If the kids can walk home from school, I mean, clearly any city that would have so much danger, kids wouldn't walk home from school, right? I saw school buses. I saw all types of stuff in Hillbro. So I'm like, where's all the danger? Maybe at nighttime I can imagine some wild ish going down, but there's a lot of things going down in that they say is happening inside of Hillbro, right? So that's that. I want to see if we can get some people to call in real quick. I want to see if we can get some people to call in. Shout out to the ones supporting. Hit the Cash App $ Travel Tribe Raw, or hit the super chat. Hit the super chat. Show some love. Big P says, notice no Latin America in there where the cartels run things there. That's what I was saying, right? Like you would think like maybe Mexico would have some cities, at least one that would be on the list, but we don't even see Mexico here. Y'all remember the videos they used to show us about Mexico, how they used to have they used to be chopping off heads and stuff, I'm just saying, like, if we want to show like danger, like, what I'm saying, like, that sounds to me like some real danger. You feel me? Like, that's pretty wild, That's pretty wild, man. So it's very weird that South Africa is the main one on this list. I've never seen a video in South Africa where they're just chopping heads and cutting up bodies limb by limb. I haven't seen that really in South Africa. Actually, never at all. Actually, I've only seen very decent people there. Decent. That doesn't mean perfect. That means decent. So it's surprising that they have that reputation. So yeah, I want to see if we can get some people to call in. Let me go ahead and drop the call-in link again. Put the call-in link. I want you guys to call into the show. Call into the show, y'all. Call into the show. So, firstly, I want to talk about, because now that we've given a preface basically to explain what could possibly be the issue, I want to talk about some arguments. Actually, let me save that for the callers. Let me say that for the people that call in. Let me save that for the people that call in. All right. If you guys want to know how to call in, you simply go into the chat and click that link. It's very simple. You just go in there, click that link, and you'll be, put into the StreamYard, which is where they host the calls. You'll be able to just click, to call in, and it's very simple. They'll walk you through the small basic instructions there. You can keep your camera off. People, they don't like showing their face and standing all business, but it's cool. You can keep your camera off, and you could just speak to us about the topic. We want people from all around the world to call in, so this isn't exclusively only for Africans. We can have people in Asia call in. We've had a lot of Asian callers before. If you guys want the full live streams, go on my Patreon, patreon.com/Traveltriberaw, link in the description, and also right here to give you guys real quick of what we be posting on Patreon. A lot of great content on there, definitely. If you guys want the full live streams, they're always here. Okay, here's where the full live streams are always at. All right. Some great content on Patreon, most definitely. All right, let's get back to this. So firstly, let's go ahead and talk about what's just happened recently inside of South Africa, shall we? So there was a model, right? And I believe she won an award. And she's fine. She's fine. I wouldn't say that she's my type, but she's a fine looking woman. Okay. And I don't know if people mad at her because she looked good or she looked decent. I mean, to me, she's cool. But I don't know if they mad because I know a lot of people might consider her as like, man, she's bad as hell. I don't know what the main issue with her was, but they was mad at her. So recently, it's a woman by the name of Chidimma Adeteshina. Chidimma sounds like chin chin. It's like a little snack that you'll have inside of Nigeria. Chin chin, Chidimma, Chidimma. Like, but whatchamacallit? Yeah, she was attacked apparently recently. So let's get that video out the way first, so we can kind of understand what's going on inside of South Africa. Chidimma. One second, y'all. Chidimma. Boom. Let's go ahead and see what recently just happened. apparently some people was attacking her when she was leaving a court hearing or something. And apparently I've heard and that they're upset at her because I guess like. So that was her right there. That was her just speaking. All right. I want to get you guys the actual video though. So give me 1 second. Let me get you guys that actual video so you guys can see the attacking. But yeah, she basically got attacked outside of a courtroom apparently. Let me find this real quick. Chidema. Let me see. Uh-oh, was she participating in fraud? They didn't tell me that part. Let me see. Let's be clear on what's really happening. Let me find the best video. South Africa. Chidema speaks after a deportation case postponed. Yeah, because apparently this woman, she's mixed. Like she's South African and she's Nigerian, which makes things very complicated. You know, isn't that interesting? Inside of America, it's complicated if you're half white. So the white side doesn't really want to accept you, and the black side doesn't really want to accept you either, like that inside of America. But inside of Africa, if you're half white, a lot of times they'll look at you as almost greater than, or your light skin makes you almost better than everyone. But since this woman is half Nigerian, half South African, it almost seems as if the Nigerians are willing to take her back, but the South Africans are like, man, f this chick, man. The hell, you know? They're like, nah, man, I ain't dealing with this chick. Like South Africans, because South Africans, if you guys are wondering, like, who is the enemy inside of, Black South Africa? Like, all I've heard since I've been inside of South Africa is it's the Nigerians. We cannot stand these damn Nigerians, and from damn near every single person, damn near, you know. So if you guys are wondering, like, well, but they're melanated, how can they be like this to like people? They don't look at things like that inside of South Africa. They think more like it's basically based on characteristics and traits, you know. In America, the white people that we have, they are openly racist. Inside of South Africa, they're not really openly racist like that. They're more covert. So South Africans, sometimes people would even say they have trouble conceptualizing the fact that these white people, just because they're not, talking to you in a racist manner, that doesn't mean that they like you. If they are all financially benefiting off of you guys being basically enslaved, making the lowest wage inside the country, but they have most of the wealth circulating through their white communities, and they have most ownership, of everything that really matters in the country, then there's an imbalance. And somebody would say that, okay, boom, well, since the South African understand that that person doesn't like you by default, some people don't really understand covert racism. They think racism or oppression is like, when somebody just outwardly tells you that they hate you or something like that. See, the Nigerians, they have loud wealth. When the Nigerians move around South Africa, it's loud. When the South Africans, have the white people there, the white South Africans, they be having money too, but people, it's weird. It's very complicated, guys. Let's get to this shit, man. Let's go on the facts, bro. Let's go on the facts. Hopefully you guys were following though a little bit, at least what I was saying right there. Okay, Chidema addresses the media. I'm looking for a good video. Lands her in deep trouble. Chidema attacked physically. We just got to go with this video. It's unfortunate. 'Kay, they're going pretty fast, man. What the. 1 second, you guys. 1 second. Let me do this real quick. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Screen sharing was canceled. Let's see something real quick. Damn, can we just find a damn article about this somewhere? Like, okay. Because this lady's video was long, man. Chidema, Shakwe Waki Wako Waka. Shout out to the Africans, man. Let me see. Well, let's first see what's going on. Okay, this is a decent video to show basically what's happening. All right. Finally, geez.
And I remind everyone that I was born in South Africa. I have applied through the proper legal channels to have my status and citizenship determined. I believe that I have been treated unfairly and targeted, and there has been an attempt to make me as an example. But my message is not going to be one out of anger. South Africa is governed by the rule of law, and we should not allow xenophobia and misinformation to determine how people that I was born in South Africa. I have applied through the proper legal channels to have my status and citizenship determined. I believe that I have been treated unfairly and targeted, and there has been an attempt to make me as an example. But my message is not going to be one out of anger. South Africa is governed by the rule of law, and we should not allow xenophobia and misinformation to determine how people are going to be treated. We should all be guided by the spirit of Ubuntu. Throughout this ordeal, I have availed myself of all appropriate legal recourse, and I'll continue to respect and abide by each process. Finally, I would like to thank my family, friends, supporters, and my legal representatives for their unwavering support and commitment to my case. Thank you.
Okay, so damn. So I guess because she's part Nigerian, this is what I was saying from the jump, man. So since this woman is part Nigerian and part South African, people are like, does she really have her proper citizenship, et cetera, et cetera? And they really on her case right now. So hopefully things work out with that. But apparently she was attacked outside of the courthouse, which is why we really doing this video, because besides that attacking, there was also Zalani Tate, RIP. Hopefully his family is doing well with his recent passing. But yeah, he was shot recently inside of South Africa, and then the xenophobic attacks inside of South Africa. So I'm just like, there's a lot of wild-ish happening inside of South Africa, and I'm like, we need to see what's really popping. We need to see what's really going on, y'all. We really got to see what's going on. All right, so let me go ahead and pull up the video of Chidema basically getting attacked. I see we have somebody that has just called in. Hello. How you doing? Can you hear me? Your volume is a bit muffled. I need you to fix your mic for me. Hello?
Okay, fixed it.
Oh, it's still a bit muffled. Try to call back in. Maybe if you're using Bluetooth or headphones, maybe you can take those out. Just try to call back in. So let's go ahead and find the video of her being attacked. All right, y'all. Let's find that video real quick. Boom. Let's take this to TikTok, man, because I'm, YouTube not doing what I need them to do right now. That's what I was trying to type in. TikTok. What is this? Oh my God. Y'all be doing too much, bro. What? Nobody asked you to do all this. Authorized TikTok. Like, bro, no, man. Just play the damn video. Shit. These folks just be the most annoying they can be. My bad, y'all. This is this online shit, boy. Excuse me, y'all, because it's annoying. All right, here go the video, y'all. Here go the video. Okay, hold on. Let's not play it too quick now. We need the audience to see now. All right, let's go ahead. Let's add this in. Share screen. Boom, blam, pow, boom. Damn. So, okay, yeah, they was more mad than I thought they was. Okay, because I didn't really see the video like that, but damn. Wow. I mean, is all that necessary? Is that simply just because she's half Nigerian? Because that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. So I'm trying to figure it out. Like, and it's a woman too. Like, we gotta attack women now. Like, it's just kind of like, damn, that's a bit far, right? That was a bit of an overreaction, in my opinion. Let's see what's really going on with Chidema's case. Let's try to look this up online. Let's see what good old Google tells us, right? Let's see what good old Google says. Let's check this out. Share screen, boom. See, we got some callers calling in. 1 second. I'll add you in a short second. Let me go ahead and pull this up on the screen. Chidema Adetshina was harassed and confronted by a hostile anti-migrant crowd outside the Cape Town Regional Court in South Africa on Monday, August 24th. The incident outside the court, the confrontation as the former Miss Universe Nigeria left the courthouse following a hearing in her ongoing legal and deportation battle. Protesters surrounded the vehicle she was traveling in. The action demonstrators chanted slogans like "Hamba, go away," and "Go home. Nigeria is your home," with some individuals reportedly throwing traffic cones at her transport before police and security intervened. Huh. Citizen controversy. Adetshina who was born in South Africa to a Nigerian father and a mother with Mozambican roots. She was born inside of South Africa to a Nigerian father and a mother with Mozambican roots. Faced intense backlash during the 2024 Miss South Africa pageant. South African authorities previously claimed there was evidence her mother committed identity theft and fraud, leading to moves to revoke their identification documents and pursue potential deportation. Current status at Adetshina maintains she was born in South Africa and is using the legal system to challenge the deportation proceedings, with her case recently postponed by the court. Now it all makes sense. Now it all starting to make sense, guys. It's all starting to make sense. Okay. Now let's talk about this real quick, right? Before we get this caller in, right? This woman, just so we can all understand what we just read, she's basically a pageant runner. She's basically a pageant model. She was inside of a pageant. I'm guessing she won. I didn't really. Let me see. Did she win? I think they said she was Miss. What was she? Miss. Was it Miss Nigeria? Miss Universe Nigeria. Okay. So what this looks like to me is this, right? And this is why I be saying these African parents are not saints. For some weird reason, everybody thinks like, oh, African parents, like, bruh, like, no, these African parents be failing. Like, it's really crazy. How you gonna go ahead and come to a country and never get your paperwork right? Now your daughter out there and she going through some issues. And the issue she's going through is most likely because you never set her up properly. And there's a lot of African parents that say that, oh, your child needs to go ahead and be a lawyer, be a doctor. And I'm like, how the hell are they going to do that when you never gave them the platform to be able to do that? You didn't have no financial backing. It was just your broke father went inside of a woman that was also broke mentally because she let a bum inside of her womb, inside of her vessel. They procreated and had you. That's how it went. So now that daughter or that son later in life, you're telling them to become a doctor and a lawyer so they can take care of you in your old age, but you didn't take care of them in their upbringing. You were a bum. You owe your child the world, not the other way around. They've convinced these poor Africans that, oh, you got to, look out for your mom and your father, not a non-honorable mother and father, not them. Not them. That's disgusting. If this was really on the mom, because it seems like everybody's mad at Chidema, the pageant lady, because of the actions her mom has caused. This seems like a mother issue, like the mother, due to the fact the mother didn't get the proper paperwork, leaving the daughter to be inside of a country confused. How are you born into confusion and now everybody's mad at you? Because how this world works, the raw side of this life tells me that you will suffer for your parents' sins. So it almost seems like she has to suffer because of the sins of her parents. This is very disgusting. Let's get James in. James, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great, great. Let me make sure my audio is good and that the audience can hear you. Y'all, let me know if you can hear them.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah, and I believe the audience can hear you too, James. Let me get your age and maybe your occupation and which country you're calling from.
I'm calling from Nigeria.
Okay, and how old are
I'm
you and what do you
22.
do? And 22, and what do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? James? Hello, hello? Hello, hello? Hello, hello? James? Okay, I don't know what just happened to James. Guys, when you guys call in, please have good audio connection. Please have good Wi-Fi, all that stuff. It's very important. All right. Danny H says there's a funny Passport Bro story you can react to. He's from LA like you. Oh man, not my LA brothers. Bro, I just reacted to another Passport Bro doing some stupid shit. This dude went ahead and met this Nigerian chick. It's an American, a foundational Black American like us. He went ahead and found this Nigerian woman on a dating app, flew to Nigeria, wifed this chick up, then brought her to America. I'm telling you, I said, is this dude sick? What type of shit? And he only knew her for like a month, y'all. And she looked good too. She looked good. I ain't gonna lie. She looked good. But I'm like, chicks like that, you got to be careful. What? You got to be careful. Man, what? She about to, man, look at this chick right here. I'm not into the hair hat. I really do not like this hair that she has. But look at this chick. Look at these curves, y'all. I mean, boy, some of y'all will be full right now. Let's try to get James back on real quick. Let's ask James real quick. I know we taking a segue from the real topic, guys. Just give me a little moment real quick. Let me ask James real quick. Let me see if you guys audio good. James? Hello, hello, James.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, hi. Let me ask you real
Hello,
quick.
can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yes, I can hear you now. Let me ask you real quick. This woman on your screen right here,
Okay.
from 1 to 10, what would you rate this woman in looks? Give me her rating in looks. And y'all give me her
8.
rating too in the chat. What would you rate this woman from 1 to 10? 10 being
8.
the best. An 8. Okay. All right, yeah. So this American brother, he got suckered in, meeting this Nigerian woman online. I'm like, God damn, she done finessed this brother into taking her to the worst country to have families. I'm telling you guys, give this dude 3 years when Trump get out of office, man, then she can finally file for that divorce. Trump not playing right now. Trump like, man, if you come here on that type of time, like, nah, man, we about to get you out. So, hey, shout out to her. I ain't even mad at it. Like, I just did a video on this, y'all. So check that out. That's my last live stream. It was quick. We got more content like that on the Patreon, man. Patreon.com/Traveltriberaw. But James, welcome to the show. Let me ask you real quick. What is your current occupation? Like, are you in the field of maybe medicine, professor? Like, what do you do for a living? That's for James.
I'm a corporate worker.
Hey, what? Did you say
I'm a corporate
what?
worker. Corporate worker.
Computer?
Corporate worker.
Oh, corporate. Okay. In like what type of field though? Like what type of corporate? Like what are we talking? Like you know, you don't have to say the name of the job. Just, what type of, corporate are we talking? Like, is this for Coca-Cola? I know y'all Nigerians love that Coca-Cola, man. So is this like corporate for Coca-Cola or like, one of the brands or something? Like what type of corporate is it?
Banking.
Banking. Okay, thank you. All right. So he's in the financial industry, guys. So let's welcome him. So hey, James. So You said you're Nigerian, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let me ask you real quick. There's a lot of xenophobia happening in South Africa. What's your thoughts on this? I mean, is South Africa a country that you would look to visit, or is it like something where it's just too unbearable? Their hate for Nigerians is just too deep. You'll never be visiting. What's your thoughts on that? And shout out to J1. James, let's get your thoughts on that. Let's get your thoughts on that. I don't know if there's a connection issue, but I'm curious what your thoughts is on the topic. Yeah, we can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me. We can hear your breath. So you just have to speak, Oh, he says all the way from Nigeria. J1, you got to get that correct, man. Why are you trying to hide under the Niger? I said all the way from Niger, but you Nigerian. Shout out to J1. If y'all want to call in, they said James is trolling. LOL. Okay, let's get James up out of here, man. He breathing on the mic and shit. I don't know what he doing. I'm like, what? Pause, by the way. But he like, what you doing? I'm like, boy, what? James, we're going to have to get you up out of here, boy. I don't know, man. It's getting a little weird, James. I ain't going to lie to you. We got to get you up out of here, man. They said you trolling. They said you trolling, James. So we're going to have to get you up out of here. Hold on. Let me put the call-in link. Call into the show, y'all. Call into the show. Call into the show. Uh-oh, what is this? Call in Shadema. Uh-oh, I didn't mean to say that. My bad, guys. My bad. Hold on. 1 second. Let me. Call in. Boom. There we go. There goes the link right now. There goes the link in the chat. Go ahead and click that link and call into the show, everybody. Call into the show. Damn. We almost had somebody give their thoughts on it. I don't know. That's not a good look, James. If you really out here trolling us, that's not a good look, man. The South Africans, when they see that James was in here trolling, they're going to be, exactly. That's another reason we don't like them. They troll too goddamn much. Yeah, then they're going to see James don't even know what he just did right now. James going to be the whole reason right now. Now, all the legal South Africans that are the legal Nigerians that are in South Africa, they're going to try to get them out too, talking about, oh, man, they just here to troll. And they just trolling now. They just trolling. And they're going to use that as an excuse, James. See, you done set your people back like 10 years, bro. I swear to you, man, these South Africans not playing. They looking for any excuse. They looking for any excuse. And I'm going to be real. Let me tell you something that's happening with these South African chicks, man. The main reason South African women mad at Nigerian dudes is because these Nigerian dudes be dogging them. They be playing them the most. See, Nigerians worldwide, but mainly inside of the continent of Africa, Nigerians are known as the biggest tricks. Nigerians spend the most. This is a fact. I can go online right now and type up, matter of fact, I'm going to do that. Check this out. I can type up, let me show y'all this real quick. Check this out, right? These Nigerians are known for spending. Hold on. Keep giving me this stupid. Uh-oh. My joke ain't hitting. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Matter of fact, here we go. We just going to have to do it like this. So there are so many dudes that be living the life inside of South Africa. These ladies, they be mad at these Nigerians because they be dogging them, right? So a dude that has this much money, you can only imagine these chicks are going to be upset when he goes ahead and cheats on her. See, since African women, they don't like to accept polygamy, even though that's literally from Africa, they will not share their man. So the men have to lie to these women because just like in the rest of the world, I don't know how Africans lost control of this too, but, this white imperialization, it's westernized around the world. But, yeah, these Nigerians out here, man, they be out here making some money and they be spending. They spenders. See, this is what I noticed about the South African finessers and South African scammers and shit, right? They not as loud as Nigerians. Nigerians gonna be loud. It look like we got another caller. We about to get you in here right now. We gonna get you in here right now. They say Tim's. We might have to get you in here right now. Is this Tim's the singer? If the word was dead, let me try to tweet. Let me try. Is this Tim's the singer?
You could say that. You could say that.
How are you doing? Can I get your age, country you're calling from, and can I get your occupation?
So my name is Thames. I'm calling from Nigeria, and I'm a social media manager and a data analyst at the same time.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Nice to meet you, Tims. So let me ask you this, right? When it comes to the recent issues that's, going on inside of South Africa, let me get it on my screen real quick. MF, quick. MKF says, can you briefly compare the safety in the Big Four, Pretoria, Joburg, Cape, and Durban? Yeah, because I've been to all of them. I guess I could, but the issue for me, guys, is that all of South Africa has been very safe for me because I stay in the best neighborhoods, and I'm just like, I never really, and I don't know if it's because I'm tall or sometimes I have security with me just because I have a lot of ladies sometimes. And, it helps, what I'm saying? Because sometimes I don't know these chicks and, it's like, you got to make sure they're not doing nothing too crazy. Sometimes I've had shows where these ladies will fight each other behind the scenes. I don't try to post that stuff online, but, so I'm never really dealing with certain issues that other brothers may be dealing with when they travel. So I don't really know too well, but I will say this. Even somebody like Zalani Tate, he was just shot inside of South Africa. He's a boxer, a champion fighter. This dude was shot inside of South Africa. And I'm like, damn. So it must be really dangerous, even if you do got security then, because I'm like, bruh, how is even the celebrities getting shot inside of South Africa? Like, that's wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't America where it's like some gang shit. So that's very odd to me. But hit the super chat, y'all. Maybe we'll break down some of you guys' questions. We got to get Tim's to speak. 1 second, Tim's. Let me just get the topic back up.
Okay.
Okay, cool. 1 second. Let me do this real quick. Blam, blam, boom, 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 pow, blam, boom. All right, so we back. Okay, so there is a model, slash, beauty pageant woman, and she's inside of South Africa. She's getting attacked. Apparently she's half Nigerian and half Mozambican. A lot of people are saying the mother falsified records, and she's not really South African at all. Maybe she was born inside of South Africa, but at the same time, the South Africans are mad. What's your thoughts on this that's going on? What's your thoughts on how they're treating this woman? Because she does seem like a lovely lady. So what's your thoughts on this being a Nigerian?
So as a Nigerian, looking at all this happening, I just feel like South Africans are just very vile and, very dangerous people. Because as even say she doesn't have South African gene in her or trait in her, the fact that she's actually using South African name to do good things, I mean, they should be able to even claim her. And she's coming from, she was born there. So by that, she's actually a South African.
Wait, real quick. Let me ask you this. You said she's using a South African name?
I mean, for her to claim South African as an indigent, like for her to say, oh, now I'm South African, that's what I'm going to use in, participating in pageants and everything. I think they are supposed to accept her. Even
right.
Let's even
wait, real quick. Let's get back to the name thing. Because her name is Chidima Adintishina. That sound like a Nigerian name. I've been to West Africa. I've been all over Africa, all over the world. I've been in a lot of, Nigerian spaces, and I'm telling you that Chidima, calm down here now, calm down. Chidima, I can't see a South African saying Chidima.
I think she does have a South African name that was given to her by her parents as well. She does.
Okay,
think she's
so what's your thoughts on this? I mean, because if her mother, falsified records, I mean, clearly there's a lot of anger coming from the South Africans, just based off of the fact she's Nigerian. Let's just be honest, South Africans, don't be offended. It's the truth. It's a lot of anger more because she's Nigerian. Let's be honest, and she's winning pageants and stuff like that.
exactly. I
So
just feel
so
like
so what
so
is
I
it? What
just
is it that's making them so mad about the Nigerians to where they're even attacking women though?
they just hate Nigerians because Nigerians are too good at everything. Too good. Too good at everything. That's what I'm gonna say. They are too good, they are great at everything, music, anything you can think of. So that I can see my neighboring country doing so well in all those things that I can't do. And now the hatred is so much that no, we don't want to see Nigerians anyway. So yeah.
All right, interesting. Okay, so let me ask you this: when it comes to the South African and Nigerians, right?
Yeah.
Why does it seem like Nigerians are more accepting of South Africans? Like, why don't you guys treat them the same? Because I even seen, after this whole xenophobia stuff is still going on, by the way, but I even seen some Nigerians, they still, even with the South Africans inside of Nigeria, they didn't exactly start beating them and start like bashing them upside their head. What's going on with that? Why are they, like you said, they're aggressive, they're angry, they're violent? What's happening with that? What's making them like that though? Is it the
So
food, the water?
South Africans, I can't speak for them. But for Nigerians, I just feel like Nigerians, the only thing they want to do is just win. And why they are winning and, getting everything done, they don't care about who is also winning. When they see South Africans, they don't have any bad feud or bad blood against them. They just want to work together. And Nigerians just want to win. They just want to put food on your table. They just want to succeed. So for South Africans, there's a lot of saying, oh, these people don't even have up to what we have, the opportunities and all, but they're still killing it. They're still doing it. So I think it's just a bad blood of it's deep rooted in South Africans thing for them to understand that Nigerians are always going to succeed regardless of what you give them. So they need to go back and, find themselves and look at what they need to do better, because Nigerians are always going to excel and succeed in everything, in every way, even without any limitations. They're always going to succeed. So Nigerians just want to win. They just want to win. South Africans are just jealous about the wins. That's what I say.
So it's jealousy. Do you feel like it's more because you guys are both African, but the Nigerians, when they go to South Africa, they're living so good, they're living in a lot of like wealth a lot of times, that sometimes maybe seeing people that look like you, that's doing better than you, that kind of hurts their heart or something like that? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you can put it more like that, because Nigerians can go to South Africans with the little they have. They can actually create so much or greater things for themselves. And then South Africans being lazy, they see that and be like, why are you coming into our country and you're even taking, a much more better use of our opportunities than us? And what are you doing that we are not doing or we cannot do? So this old bad blood, I think, is just deep jealousy and laziness, and not even seeing beyond their own, bad habits and all. And they just put all their anger and all their frustrations on Nigeria. Like Nigeria is stopping you from being, from being better or succeeding or excelling. We are not stopping it. But Nigerians, we have the resilience, we have the spirit, we have the strength. We're go getter.
And y'all have the scamming. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Some of the Nigerians be scamming too. And I want to say this real quick. Not all Nigerians be scamming, but there is a percentage. There's a percentage of Nigerians that be out here scamming. It's not, I wouldn't even say it's majority of Nigerians, but I'll say there's a percentage, maybe 2-3%. I'm talking this really out here like scamming. Like they call some of them, when I was in Nigeria, these shorties were telling me about Yahoo boys or somebody like that or something. So I'm just saying, like, there's scammers, right? Not all of them, but a percentage. What is it about?
I would agree with that. There are scammers, not all of them, but
not all.
I believe there are also scammers in all other neighboring countries too.
Right.
Maybe
but Nigeria has a record. They have a record for having some of the most scammers though. Like, besides India, I believe, or I don't want to misquote. I need to check my records, but I do know Nigeria is up there on the list with most scammers, most countries with most scammers. Matter of fact, we can. Yeah. So let me ask you this. what is it that Nigeria is doing right now to make sure that their reputation is better looked upon? Because, see, when you dehumanize people and you're putting them in the media as only scammers, the world will now all start to look at everybody from this population as scammers. You know, like they say, for instance, these people with the J word, you know what I'm saying? We can't say the word, but a certain country in the Middle East area, you know, they say that, oh, all these people are all like this, but that's not true. There's a percentage of them that are like this, that approve of these type of things, but not all of them are the same. No, we're not our government. You know what I'm saying? Even in America, you know, there's a lot of things they say about us Americans, but
Mhm.
that's a percentage of people that agree with what Trump's doing. You know what I'm saying? With just whatever Trump is doing, right? So I'm saying here to say this, like, what are Nigerians doing to clean up that reputation of being a scammer, right? Because while Nigerians are known for having a lot of great things, being, you know, people that are also doing well in, you know, creating, you know, a lane for themselves, they also have a bad reputation for scamming. So what is Nigeria doing about that? What are people like yourself, people like your
Mhm.
family, maybe, what are they doing to counteract that stigma known as Nigerian scammer?
So for that stigma, I would say for Nigerians there is maybe a little numbers of people into that they've spot the whole Nigerian theme globally. But as Nigerians, we have a lot going on. We have musicians doing great. We have, big, investors. We have a lot coming out from Nigeria that the media do not really like take coverage of. Like the richest African man is from Nigeria, and he has contributed a lot to the domestic market and whole. The media does not carry the great things that a lot of Nigerians do, but for the average Nigerian, I would say the average Nigerian just, they do their due diligence, even if our politicians are even still killing our, how do I even call it? You're killing our reputation too globally. So that's another thing that we as normal Nigerians can't do. Africans, politicians, they play a huge role too in all those things. So individually, Nigerians are hardworking, they giving their best. It's just that the bad ones, just like bad news and good news, the bad ones always outweigh the good news and it spreads faster. And that's what people want to see. That's what people want to hear about. So yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Now you said the most wealthiest guy in South Africa, right? I know who you're talking about, the Nigerian oil tycoon guy, right?
Yeah.
So you say he's doing a lot for Nigeria. Like, what exactly has he done for Nigeria? Because, you know, I am curious. You know, a lot of times it seems like so many people, they just hoard the wealth, and maybe I'm just not well informed on the Nigerian oil guy. So I know he's a very rich man, though. So what exactly is he doing for the country?
So for the country, based on my whole knowledge on what it's doing, I mean agricultural produce. So we're not outsourcing, importing a lot of things, and the prices get to reduce, and there is more what's it called, substitute in the market. Without these, I mean, we might be doing a lot of imports of all those things, but that's not happening. And there is also a large creation of jobs for Nigerians with his own enterprise and all, which is also a good thing because that's like putting food on different people's table and home. So yeah, we can mention that and a few.
Mm. Okay. And so it can't be exactly inside of these Nigerians' blood, right? Like, see, a lot of people will say that, like, oh, you know, um, the scamming is just in the Nigerians' blood, just like how you said, like, you know, oh, the South Africans, like they just have that, you know, that violence just in their blood like that. So, you know, nothing's really passed down in blood. At least I don't believe that. You know, I look at science and the raw nature of life. Like, you're not passing
Yeah,
down traits of being violent just in your blood alone, right? So I believe things are shaped by your environment, based on your
yeah.
character, etc. I want to offer you an argument, right? And I'm curious what you think on this. Is it possible that the South Africans may be having some form of, you know, mind control that they're going through due to the fact that they have a bunch of white South Africans there? I want to mention something, right? Inside of America, which also has some of the most dangerous cities on earth, I believe St. Louis, Memphis, and Chicago, those have been ranked. Chicago actually fell off of the list, but they say Durban, Pretoria, Johannesburg, all these cities are very dangerous. And I'm curious, right? these are areas with a lot of black people. And
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying white people are evil, or I'm not trying to throw any ad hominems or nothing, but I'm just here to say that it is odd that in the most dangerous places on this
Mm-hmm.
planet, when it comes to cities, there's white interaction, which almost seems as though like the black people that were there previously, they had an original setting. But then when the
Yeah.
white people came over, that changed something about the black man and black woman to where now it's considered violent, ratchet, etc. You know, something like a flip goes off. Because I've
I
been
do
in,
agree.
I've been all around African countries, and I'm saying just to wrap up, I've never really seen it, you know, that dangerous like that, especially in countries where there's less white people that have been around the black people. It seems to be almost less dangerous in certain parts, you know? And this is just an argument. I'm just throwing that out there. What's your thoughts on this, though?
I think you're totally right. I think you're totally right. The mixture of the whites with the black South Africans, I think it actually play a big role in how they perceive things, in how they behave. I mean, they want to act like the whites, how ratchet, how very uncultured and very impulsive they can be. And if you go back to the ancestral way of their way of life and living, you will see that there's a little bit of a difference the way they perceive things now and how they do it then. So yeah, I would say there's a lot of influence. I would not lie, because if you put a white person and a black person together, it takes a black person with a very high, level of, okay, I know myself, I know what I stand for, to not be shaken by their own set rules and values passed across to you just by association. So yeah, I do believe that.
Hmm. Okay, so you believe that association can alter like black men and black women?
I do believe that to some extent, depending on
Hmm.
the person in exposure to that, depending on the human.
Right. Because it is a bit odd, right? I mean, it's like, you know, how is it that none of the countries that are without white people there are on the top of these list of the countries with the most dangerous cities, but the countries that have white people and black people, it's more dangerous? Like, how does that make sense? So like a country like, maybe Tanzania or Rwanda or, Uganda, that's not at the top when it comes to most dangerous cities on earth. But the
Yeah.
cities that do have the most danger seem to always have some white people in it. And while the white people aren't known to be doing majority of the crimes there, it is interesting how that works because, like they said, Pretoria, Durban, Johannesburg, and I can't say the other one. Cape, no, excuse me.
Okay, sorry.
Pretoria.
Okay.
What is it called?
Johannesburg.
Yeah, Johannesburg, Pretoria, Durban. They say these are the most dangerous cities, but these are cities that have white people in them. Similar to, St. Louis, Missouri, Chicago. Like these are cities that have white people in them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's just a little odd. It's just a little odd. Like, how is it that the countries that have cities that are safe don't have no white people? I'm just saying, just something to think about, everybody. Just something to think
You're
about.
right. I think you're very right on that.
Right.
I actually view white people as very impulsive with their thinking and ways to handle things. So yeah, mixture with that is a disaster. I'm not gonna lie. A black person already is dangerous, so mixing that together, that's more danger. So yeah.
Right, because it does need to be studied, right? I mean, when we think about things like even, right, the LGBTQ community, right?
Yeah, that one.
When we think of the LGBTQ community, right, it's like that kind of lifestyle is only really in places where there's white people.
Yeah.
White people are the ones that push this so heavily. Not saying that I'm against it. I'm just saying that it is interesting that, South Africa is the only country inside of Africa that is so pro-gay. And like I said, I'm not against it, but at the same time, it's interesting because it's almost like white people, wherever they go, gayness follows. Like I said, I'm not against it. But even in America, you got American black people, And it's like, they say the foundational Black Americans, there was already Black melanated Native Americans here previously. They say even then, well, there's no reported history of the Native Americans being LGBTQ. So
Yeah.
until the white people come in, now there's LGBTQ. That's a bit interesting. Food
I
for
mean,
thought.
I believe where the white goes, wildness goes there. Anything you can think of goes there. Definitely. They introduce it, they bring it, and mixing that with the blacks too that just want to be, okay, let me explore. It's just a disaster. That's what I think. That's what I know. Just a disaster.
Right, right. Okay, well, I appreciate you, Tim's, for calling in. Thank you very much. Let's try to get some more callers in here, y'all. Let's try to get in some more callers. I'm gonna put the call-in link. Lovely lady, thank you for calling in. Great conversation. Let's try to get some more callers, y'all. Let's try to get some more callers. Call into the show using the link in the chat right here. Boom. There it goes. Let me see. All right. So now we need to talk about Zalani Tate. Okay. You guys know I'm Black American. I've traveled extensively throughout South Africa. And now we need to talk about Zalani Tate because we just talked about, the woman by the name of Chidima, the pageant runner, and, her being attacked by South Africans. So now let's talk about Zalani Tate. Let's see what happened with that, because in this live stream, us trying to understand, why is South Africa so dangerous? We need to understand what's going on, just in these cases. We want to get the full depiction first. And we had an argument previously that was, it's interesting, the most dangerous cities on earth that are ranked at the top: Pretoria, Johannesburg, Durban, which is interesting because I've been all around to all of these and I've never really faced any true danger. And inside of America, we have St. Louis, Missouri, Chicago, even Memphis. And they say these are the most dangerous, yet they all have white people in them. For instance, if you compare Kampala, Uganda, to Johannesburg, Kampala, Uganda will be considered more safe. Well, hold on. I thought the blacks were the ones that are bringing the danger because blacks have something in our DNA that makes us more dangerous, right? That's what they typically say. So it's interesting that Kampala, Uganda is considered more safer than a place like Johannesburg. And Kampala, Uganda has more black melanated people, but Johannesburg has a mixture of whites and melanated people, similar to all the cities inside of America that are considered to be the most dangerous as well. They have a white population and a black population, but it's never the standalone black populations that are the ones where there's the most crime. Interesting. Now, does this mean we hate whites, and does this mean they're the worst people and the white devil and blah, blah, blah? No, this doesn't mean any of that. But I do think it's very interesting that white people are the common denominator in this, right? It's very interesting. So let's go ahead and continue and see what's happening with this Zalani Tate situation. Shout out to those that are showing love. We had Charles earlier. This is a great supporter. And shout out to the Patreon, man. 75 members on the Patreon, man. Patreon.com/Traveltriberaw. That's where you can watch all this great content. I mean, we got great content. Look at these South African ladies. Oh, my God. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to lie to you. Yeah, the South Africans, the only place I'm going to get violent inside of South Africa is in the bedroom, man. I ain't going to lie to you, man. The Nyash on these South Africans, man, you gotta get a little island, you know what I'm saying? Because, they gotta feel it. They gotta, you heard, oh my God, it feels so good, but just a little bit less. Respectfully, you know what I'm saying? If she say get off me, then you get off, fellas. Don't keep going. But I'm just saying, that's the only time you gotta get violent is with all that, meat muscle in the back, you know what I'm saying, that these ladies got inside of South Africa. You feel me? That. But anyways. More content like this on the Patreon, man. Check it out, man. Link in the description, guys. We talk about worldwide news all around the world, man. But we talk a lot about the African diaspora. There goes me and my polygamous journey. You guys already know 2 beautiful African ladies. You guys know how I'm rocking, originally starting in America and moving that overseas. But Yeah, man. Shout out to Calvin. He's sending $50 on the Cash App. And show some love, guys. Send in some cash on the super chat or $ Traveltriberaw. So let me read this comment real quick, and we're gonna get back to this so we can see this whole Zalani Tate situation. And RIP to him. RIP to him. Definitely, that's a life that was lost. So we do take that serious. I do want to say as well, hopefully his family's doing all right. I can only imagine, someone getting so far in this life, and for some people just to take them off the map just because, there's no real reports yet I've heard of this Alani Tate incident, but I do hope his family's doing well. So Barbun says, I think the alternative lifestyles is part of Western system. Capitalist monogamy doesn't have anything to do with all the extra uncoupled people. And then he says, no Russians are fine. Is that correlating to that previous message? Let me know, or maybe you can come in more clear on another message. Throw some love, y'all. Hit the super chat. But let me go ahead and pull up this Zalani Tate situation. Let's see what happened with Zalani Tate, shall we? Zalani Tate. It's very odd because every time I say Zalani, I want to say Mamdani and Andrew Tate. Like that's where my brain goes when I think of that name. And it's weird because Zalani Tate, I believe, is South African. So I'm like, it would be very odd if they took him off the map. I mean, excuse me, I don't want to mispronounce his name. I believe it's Zolani. I don't mean any disrespect by that, but I believe his name is Zolani. Okay, so let's see what happened, man. Let's see what happened because this is the talk of the town right now. Let's see. Let's pull this up real quick. All right, boom. There we go. My bad. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, guys. My bad. 1 second. 1 second. We're going to have to do this real quick. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. Let me do this real quick because I don't think you guys can hear the audio. 1 second. Okay, Zalani Tet. Okay, let me see real quick. Zalani. Damn, what happened to the video I just seen? Is it this one? Here we go. All right, y'all. Wait a minute. My bad, y'all. My bad. Some reason it's still not working. What? My bad, y'all. My bad. Uh-oh. A lot of moving parts, guys. You guys have to work with me sometimes, man. It's a lot of moving parts. I do this solo dolo, so let me see. Golly, man. I tell you guys. Is it? Oh, shoot. Was it this? Let me see this. Is that it? Huh. That had to work, right? My bad, y'all. Hold on. We having some slight technical difficulties. But so real quick, so I'm basically going to explain what's going on while we look at this clip real quick. Because for some reason it's not working. So let me just type in what's going on. So I'm going to explain basically the narration that this lady was doing. because all she was doing was showing pictures of him and then giving a recounting of what happened. So let me just do that. All right, so here goes Zelani Tate. So Zelani Tate is a champion prize fighter inside of South Africa. He was shot recently outside his home inside of South Africa in August. This follows the fatal incident. Authorities arrested 4 suspects with 1 officially charged with murder. Okay. Incident details: the shooting, Zelani Tate was fatally shot. He was fatally shot outside his residence. An unidentified woman who was also injured during the attack. Police action: South African police arrested 4 suspects in connection with the shooting. 1 suspect has been formally charged with murder. Okay. It's weird because when I looked into this, they didn't have any record of him being a thug or nothing like that, or a gangster. So that was very weird to me. At the time of his offing, Tet had just completed a 4-year doping ban imposed by the UK anti-doping agency and was actively training for a professional return to the boxing ring. Okay, so was there any involvement with that? Okay, we don't want to speculate. World record knockout in 2017. Ted secured a Guinness World Record for the fastest knockout in a world champion bout. And that's the saddest thing, man. A life is so important, and it's so unfortunate that he, passed away like this because, he worked so hard to get here. Some people don't even understand what it means to really work. So I can only respect this brother, but it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. And, this is just to say, right? See, it's odd. It's odd because how is it that inside of South Africa, this kind of behavior is going on? The other African countries, they're considered to not even be as dangerous as this. So why is it that in South Africa, they're considered to be the most dangerous? Now, I always tell you guys, the real crimes are always done by white people globally, worldwide. White people are considered the most dangerous worldwide, even though blacks have the online reputation, which is a nice cover up. Shout out to the white people for that. That's genius, actually. But to dehumanize us and make us look like we're not real people, they have to always push us up as like the catalyst of like the world destruction. And really, they're the ones that created the nuclear bomb. They're the ones that went ahead and do the most African. You guys know what I'm saying. African. You guys know the word. I don't need to say it on YouTube. But they also do the most things with young folks, young people. They also do the most in that. They rank the highest. So I'm just saying it's a bit odd. It's just a bit odd to me. They always say, oh, the black people are the ones that are the most dangerous. Really, though? Is it really true? Is it really true? I can only imagine, what's really happening behind the scenes is, most likely when somebody comes into your city or comes into your country with their belief systems, that goes inside of the people's mindset and the people's mental and changes their mental autonomy. So that's all I can really conclude with all this, is that maybe South Africans are not exactly that dangerous. Maybe it's simply the fact that South Africans have been infiltrated and their laws and ways of living are completely different than it would have been traditionally, given the fact that these white people came over. They seem to be okay with the whites, and we're not mad at the South African white people. Hey, if South Africa says we want all whites in our country, actually, we're going to get rid of all the South Africans and just make it all white people inside of South Africa. If South Africans say it, well, damn it, I'm happy for them. It's South Africa's country. That's how they want to rock it. That's how they want to rock it. If all the Nigerians say, hey, we need to get rid of all the South Africans, I'm all for it. That's just how it is when it's you guys' own country. But I find it interesting that in this dynamic inside of South Africa, it's very one that's, that's not usual in Africa, given that many African countries have not been, they're not living like this, where they're, partly, having the white people, dominating like this in their country. Maybe they have dominating forces from overseas, in these countries, they're constantly manipulating the politicians, certain African countries, but nothing where the deep-rooted traditions and cultures. I mean, the simple fact that South Africa has LGBTQ legalized, is it legalized? Hold on, wait a minute. I believe it's legalized. One second, let me be clear on that. LGBTQ. I know it's common inside of South Africa. I know it's very common. Is it legal? South Africa has some of the most progressive LGBTQ plus legal protections in the world. Okay. So, I mean, hey, they're not exactly saying if it's legal. Oh, same-sex marriage. South Africa legalized same-sex marriage in 2006, making it the first and currently only country in Africa to do so. Interesting, right? Interesting. It's interesting. You know, the rest of the world considers LGBTQ to be a little bit taboo. And the rest of the world will also say that, you know, all the violence, you know, is taboo as well. They like mostly peaceful countries, peaceful cities. So, you know, it's just interesting. It's just interesting, you know, and it's for you guys to speculate. So, anyways, man, RIP to the brother. Shout out to Danny H. Thank you for giving a human comment. RIP to him. Yes, you know, it's very important, man, because these people, they really, it's very such a sad way to go out, especially when you're somebody. When you're a nobody, going out like a loser is basically common in your life. You know what I'm saying? You're used to losses and this is normal for you. But to have somebody that worked hard, you know, to leave this world in such a horrible way is it's very sad. You're nobody that doesn't really care. You're just really breathing, taking up air from everybody. Not that we want anything bad to happen to you. I'm just saying here that this wouldn't be that shocking because you haven't worked hard for anything and you just been sitting around the entire time of your life. You're really not doing much. So Baraban comes in and says, no, I was saying black people should accept Russian women more so than white American ones. Russians never did colonialism. Oh yeah. You know, hey, I don't think Russia's whole goal of not doing colonialism is to have melanated people breed with their women and have that. You know what I'm saying? You can have allies in this life, but to go ahead and integrate into somebody else's territory, no. Keep those Russian women for the Russian men. You know what I'm saying? If they want to dibble and dabble, you know, with black men, that's fine. But I'm just like, you know, I don't think the goal should be here that, oh, you know, black people should accept Russian women. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, it's just because Russia hasn't really been known to do any of those things in previous years doesn't mean that that's what they want is integration with melanated people. You know, I think we all do best for the most part when we keep our own traditions and cultures in-house, you know, keep our own people in-house. You know, you have your own doctors, you have your own farms, you have your own people that care about you and support you. That's when we seem to do the best as people. But what I want to react to right now is a video that somebody had told me to react to this a while ago. Basically, my boy Pootie. Shout out to Pootie. When I was in LA, Pootie was a really cool dude, man. You know, a lot of you guys don't know what happens behind the scenes. But Pootie is a YouTuber. He got really, really big, man. He got really, really big. And he basically did a video inside of South Africa basically explaining that, you know, South Africa has white-only cities. You know, so I thought we should react to that. I thought that would be a good video to react to. Let's go ahead and pull that up real quick. Let's pull that up real quick. So what I have to do is this. This is what I have to do. Okay, stop screen. So sometimes, guys, the audio disconnects from my streaming software. So that's why sometimes if you guys are wondering, well, sometimes it seems like the audio disconnect. Yeah, that's because for whatever reason, the audio disconnects, but the visual stays input. It's very weird. I'm gonna have to figure out how to fix that. But man, and shout out to Pootie. He lost a lot of weight, man. Boy, oh boy. Pootie's always been a great guy, though. Here we go. So, Black American here to react to some wild stuff inside of South Africa. Let's go ahead and check it out. You guys know I've traveled around South Africa quite often. You know, with the most recent being in Pretoria. Excuse me, being in Durban. What did I say Pretoria? What am I talking about? Boom. Stop sharing that one. All right, bet. So let's see what Pootie's talking about. So Black American here reacting to whites only city inside of South Africa, which is very odd because I travel inside of South Africa quite often. You guys know, as of recent, inside of Durban. It's been very cool to me, you know what I'm saying, inside of South Africa. But for whatever reason, I find this the most fascinating that white people are allowed to do certain things inside of South Africa, or they just be letting them rock. Having so much wealth hoarded to all the whites inside of South Africa, having, white only sundown towns inside of South Africa is very interesting. And you guys may be saying, well, you're a foundational Black American, so you should know a lot about sundown towns. Like, it's racist there, so it's hard to have Black people living there. Well, yeah, but the thing is, inside of America, our population is not as big as, the white Americans. So if we were to all collectively all be on board, because Black people can't even decide if they want to eat fried chicken or if they want to go to damn near, mother effing eat watermelon for dinner. It's like, bruh, and that's not a racist joke. This is just love. You feel me? I could say that about my people, but it's like, we can't get on code for shit. We have an on code problem. You know what I'm saying? Black people, they, I like Bojangles. I like Chick-fil-A. I like Popeyes. It's like, damn, man, we can't even decide which fried chicken we want to eat. So how the hell we going to come together and do anything like, getting rid of these racist sundown towns? Y'all dig what I'm trying to say with this? So anyways, but the difference here is that inside of South Africa, a lot of the South Africans are on code. They're just not on code for looking at the white people as anything more than their people. I've talked to Black South Africans before we react to this video. I've talked to Black South Africans and they tell me, or foundational Black South Africans, they've told me that, oh no, the whites are our people. You know what I'm saying? We're the exact same. Mandela told us that this is what we need to do. And I'm all for that. Hey, if you say in your country that you want to accept that white people are making more money than you, and I've seen videos where these whites are flexing on these Black South Africans, and these Black South Africans, they be like, it's cool. They're probably just recording the poor areas just to show that they like feel bad for us. I'm like, bruh, they're literally put it in your face, but they don't see it like that. And I'm like, you know what? If South Africans choose to look the other way, turn the other cheek, I'm all for it. I'm not mad at it. Do as you please. This is your country. But I will say it is interesting because their population is so much bigger than the white people. So being in a situation to where the whites are living so great and the Blacks aren't living that great, I just know that wouldn't happen inside of Black America. In foundational Black American culture, we couldn't let that rock. You know what I'm saying? It's just not possible. Even I would even say the Haitians, you know what I'm saying? I just don't believe that we have it in our spirits to let that type of shit rock. You dig what I'm saying? So let's continue and see what this is all about. Let me know if the audio is good, guys. Please, I really would appreciate it, man. All right, let's start it.
The questions that the viewers will probably want me to ask. What's your thoughts on Black people?
There they go dancing. Oh my God. We already off to that dancing shit. Oh my goodness. Yo, I'm so tired of these damn South Africans dancing, or just Africans in general, man. They're always dancing and shit. It's like, bro, there's nothing to dance and be happy about, man. A lot of Africans are living in extreme poverty, bro. It's extreme. It's extreme. I've been all around Africa, many different countries inside of the continent of Africa. I've been all around. East, South, West, I've been all around. And it's just so much poverty. And I'm like, I see them dancing constantly, but I don't see them working to go ahead and fight their oppressors. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. No, I'm not saying a bloody war. I'm just saying something. Give them a little poke, a little jab. You know what I'm saying? Hey, 1, 2, you know what I'm saying? Just a little, kind of in a tight space right here, but give them a little something. You know what I'm saying? Get a little, give them a little something. Give them a little something. You know what I'm saying? I can't hit my camera. I ain't trying to knock my camera down. I'm in a little tight space. I'm relaxed. Is that my leg? Did y'all just see my leg right now? Damn, my leg be showing. Oh shit. Yeah, I got my leg up and shit. But anyways, yeah, man. Yeah, Africans are in a tight spot, bro. So I already be pissed off with all this dancing shit, man. Oh, dancing queen. Da, 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 da. That's all I ever see when I see Africans dancing. I'm like, oh my God, here go the dancing queens. Oh my God. Yeah, that mean just a scene for the dancing queen. Like that's, I'm like, damn, boy. Like, bruh. Like, stop all this dancing shit, man. I'm not happy about that, bro. Like, yeah, I'm foundational Black American, but I don't want to see melanated people just, I be seeing the group chats, man. I've seen the group chats. I see what they call Africans behind the scenes. So, Africans, they like, oh, Traveltriberaw, you the enemy because you're not you not happy with us dancing. But I'm like, bruh, if you seen what I seen in this world, man, I've been all around this planet, guys. I've been to most continents on Earth. More content like this on the Patreon. But look how I'm living. Look at this. Damn near panoramic view. Got the ocean on both sides of my hotel room. You feel me? Living good. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bruh. And then I gotta, it's so hard for me, like seeing my melanated brothers and sisters just not living like this. Some people say it's in their DNA. I don't believe that. I believe this stuff is learned behavior. But anyway, check out the Patreon, man. Patreon.com/Traveltriberaw. Let's get back to the video. Link in the description for the Patreon. Let's get back to the video though. Yeah, my bad. I'll be going off. We gonna react. Let's react. I'm not trying to get copyrighted, y'all. We're going to wait for the music to get going. There we go. Cool.
Oh, yeah. What y'all do, rap?
Yeah.
Spit it right now.
Talking, it's easy ain't about this life.
Somebody get sturdy.
It was the feeling there. You get sturdy, my nigga. Listen what you You know where that is? The abandoned kitchen. Don't know the abandoned kitchen. Abandoned kitchen.
Websites your competitors don't want you to know. Part 2.
Damn, that was fast. They gave
All
me
you do is go to
advertisement quick. Okay, cool.
When you're out there, you in that, stay in that, and if you out there, stay out there.
God, what the fuck? Time out.
Where are you from, bro?
I'm from the dirty south, straight.
Notice something about these South Africans, right? Notice something. See, it's interesting, this kind of behavior that they're displaying, right? Like this behavior, right? Like it might seem normal, to Black people, foundational Black Americans, but notice something, right? They're damn near just like Black Americans for real. Like if there's any melanated people worldwide that act damn near like Black Americans, is going to be the South Africans, right? I find it interesting because this kind of behavior does not push forth a healthy society, right? Well, we can laugh and look at the entertainment. None of this clothing right here screams, you know what I'm saying, like just being out in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Just baggy sweats and stuff. I mean, none of this, they're rapping and using curse words. I mean, none of this breeds like healthy society. And I was just saying in another video, I was saying, it's interesting because when these white people infiltrate these spaces where there's melanated people, the behaviors are always so different. So you guys wouldn't understand really what I'm saying unless you travel as much as me, but I've been around the world, as I've said, for like the 10th time, right? I know it's crazy. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just being honest. So I've been all around the world. The melanated people that I see around this planet, they never act like the melanated people that have had white infiltration. It's almost like that white infiltration makes a significant difference inside of Black people. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. So let's continue though. It's just very interesting because I'm listening to like the rapping and stuff, and
When you're out there, you in that, stay in that.
you in that bit, like they just cursing, and it's just like, and I guess this is how they do music and so I'm just like, this isn't really like going to really help your life, is it? I mean, how is this going to push forth a greater, South Africa? And I've seen great South African people, but I'm like, these kind of people right here, I'm just like, this is literally, you won't find this in countries that don't have white infiltration, right? For instance, like black Filipinos, right? No, or black Indians, right? See, so many of them, they don't want to admit that they're like black, which the world looks at them as black, but they want to be close to that white supremacy. So they would, oh no, I'm just gonna identify as, not black, but it's like you're darker than me, you're black. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want to admit it. But some of them will. Shout out to the real ones that understand. But I'm just like, right here, we're literally witnessing a huge significant difference, in just culture and just action. They just act so different when those white people really invade and really set down their roots. Very interesting. Let's continue, though. I don't mean to react too much, but let's continue. Shout out to the Filipinos and the Indians.
And if you out there, stay out there.
God, what the fuck? Time out.
Where are you from, bro?
I'm from the dirty South, not straight.
We in South Africa. Catch us outside.
Spell definitely.
Definitely. Hey, dog, you don't wanna DEFIN NETLY. Yeah, definitely.
Say it again, because you did a commercial break.
DEFET. Wait, T. Wait.
Damn, man. You ain't spelled right. What's good, twin?
Hello, my dog. How are you?
Gang, slow down. What the? This is a crazy group, man. You look 10 years older than everybody.
Yeah, I'm just a young boy cashing minimum checks.
I'm not gonna lie, that was the most dynamic I've ever heard.
How about you? I need money. Can you give me money?
Bro, do I look at ATM? I'm about to get a 5-second what it is.
That was utterly embarrassing. I've never even. Wow. Like, I mean, just imagine you're talking to the representative of the country and they immediately ask for money. I need money. Can you give me money? Like, it's like, what? Get a job, work hard. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what are you talking about? Why is that what you're saying? This is public too, by the way. I don't know if they're like not understanding that. Like, bro, go out and get it. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Go and get the money from some of these oppressors. And I'm not just saying the white folks. I'm just saying there's oppressors out here. Get some of that money that's owed to you. What you mean? What the hell? That's kind of embarrassing.
Come over here real quick. First of all, the hat, we got a vintage Philly. You know what I'm saying? And we go green under the brim. Next,
I ain't gonna lie. That hat is hard, though. I ain't gonna lie, Pootie.
we go do-rag, half and half. Keeping it player, keeping it old school. Yeah, next, shout out Johnny Dang. $14 on Amazon. Next, we got 30 styles, boo-boo, pants. Niggas ain't got these. What's your favorite team? I got them. Pick one, bud. I got it. Shout out Knicks. I got it. We got Allen Iverson's on the feet. Trade out 03 AI on the feet, and we keeping it Cleasy.
Where you found some Allen Iversons? Damn. Where they sell Allen Iversons, y'all? I might need some of those. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a minute. I might need some of those.
Hey, fit check. Y'all know what it is. Really got that shit on. Brazil. And be like that.
What the hell? Oh, shit.
And see, this is also embarrassing too for foundational Black Americans. It's like, damn, brother. Like, the dude is a decent dude. Like, when it comes to just like his personality type, like a nice guy. But the dude, I mean, doing this type of, stuff inside of a foreign country is extremely embarrassing to other foundational Black Americans. I don't like this type of stuff, but we'll entertain it. But it's really odd behavior. You guys have never seen me really act like this you guys can check out my Patreon. Lots of great content, but it's like y'all never really see me do very interesting behaviors like that. Nah. Like, never. We got the ladies and shit, you know what I'm saying? We gonna post with the ladies, that's for sure. But even with the ladies, we keep it respectful. Never doing nothing the ladies don't say I can do. Like, it's all, you know what I'm saying? Like, the ladies just say it all on camera. I just be there to record. You feel me? But yeah, that's something, man. I ain't gonna lie. That's okay. Let me ask y'all real quick. Hey, y'all gotta leave it in the chat right now. Leave it in the chat. Should I move down on the screen? Y'all, hold on, pause. That sounds kind of wild for real. What the hell? Should I go like this? Y'all like this better? Let me know.
You look like
We gonna change it back right now. If y'all don't tell me, we gonna change it right back. Let me know.
Rajon Rondo a bit. Where y'all from, bro?
Damn, Damn, he do look like Rajon a little bit without the afro.
I don't know why I asked, my nigga. Only PTA I know is the meetings in school. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Top 5 tightest jeans I've seen in my life. Like, y'all all got a certain stance to y'all, especially my man here. I ain't gonna lie, you standing like a bad bitch. Y'all scream when y'all see a nice car? I ain't lie, that was crazy, bro. It was just a BMW X5.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this.
Okay. Commercial break. Damn. I hate these stupid commercials, man.
Okay. I picked up the car a few.
If a Lamborghini was here, y'all probably start fingering.
Gatorade. I know I be the type I hit a couple harmonies before the intro, but this time let's get right into it.
Okay, Jid. This dude is a Jid supporter for sure. Shout out to Jid.
I keep hearing voices in my head that I can't even.
So we got Hov.
In my head that I can't even.
Look at the slightly thick South Africans. See, the South Africans, the one thing they got is they have a huge natural BBL epidemic. These chicks in South Africa like are just caked up. I'm gonna let it
So
play.
we got Hov. We got Nas. Where do you think you at? Goodness, I need a fucking break. You get on lunch break. I got it from here, bro. Sometimes you need to come on a bus and chill. Rosa Parks had to go through a lot for this. God damn. Little halftime break. Niggas could barely catch a break. You feel me? If you like that sometimes. You got COVID or you just got a mask? You wouldn't believe. I went on the bus. He looked at me like I was crazy. With the new current state of underground rap and SoundCloud, there's so many different legends and just like a whole bunch of people that's coming up in that upper class. From your personal favorite, who do you think has the best ability to carry on the underground rap to that next level? Whether it's a Netspin, whether it's the Osama Sun, whether it's any of these artists that are emerging and rhyming.
I'm looking at someone.
Where we headed, Mud? Oh, yeah. All right, we here. What's the thickest you ever picked up?
I interviewing me or something?
Nah, but you picked up something you was like, I ain't gonna do it, but if she asked me, I'll go back there. Never?
Such a thing.
It just been stinky niggas. Am I the stinkiest one that been here, or is it him behind me? Probably him.
You want to make me to biscuit now? Why you asking me many questions like this? You're the one with the question.
We called the Uber, but it's just the interview questions, and then we gonna get out.
Go to this place called Vets.
Nigga, who is you?
I'm a chill guy, man. I'm just like Cassie boy.
A Cassie boy?
A Cassie boy.
What's that?
A Cassie boy is a boy from the hood.
Do I gotta check in to go there?
No. Just
you got like a permission slip? Find me a girl, and I'm a spit game, bro. I need somebody with bunda. Are you smart?
Yeah.
Name 3 countries that start with a U.
3 countries that start with U. Uganda, Uruguay. What do I get though for being smart?
You got dreams, right?
Yeah.
Spell ambitious.
Ambitious.
A-M-B-I-S-O-C. Oh, I mean T.
Whoa. Come on. What? Whoa. God damn! I'm having a long day, bro. Just give me some advice.
Be patient.
More.
Be safe.
Harder.
Take it easy.
Harder.
Don't give up.
More.
Oh, that's enough, man. Do anything that's right.
Nah, just keep going, please.
Why?
Please, anything, man. I don't know, bro. Feels like I'm dribbling a basketball. Push up right now. Come on. Bro, look. Tell me anything, bro. Just start yapping. I need a lunch break.
This city is whack. I hate the atmosphere. I hate the smell. I hate the way people live. Everyone should just live their own lives.
My nigga, you need a hug or something? Put your head right here, bro. Just do it. Fuck it.
Okay, fine.
Good. No, that is wild. Like, this dude shit on his country so bad right now. What the hell? Oh my God, that was wild. Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie to you. That was wild as hell. Like, oh my God, this dude just shit on his country so bad, bruh. And this is really embarrassing too. Like, this whole video is like pissing me off. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, but let's get back to it. Cause I'm just like, bro, as a foundational Black American, running around the streets like this, blowing your whistle at people's cars. Like, come on, bro. Like, you know, they just doing too much, man. It's too much for me. Like, I'm telling you, guys can go to certain countries. Like, I've been to certain countries around this planet where there's Black people that are very normal. Like so normal that I used to record on my old channel. I used to record myself like handing out money to like, you know, orphanages and bringing all this money and all these things and items that they would need. I remember like just at some point I started just feeling weird. I was like, wait a minute, why am I even using a camera to record this in the first place? I was like, I'm just going to do this without showing it. So that's how all my philanthropic efforts have kind of just, you know, not been shown on camera as of recent. But I mean, man, it's just putting people on camera when they're just at their worst. Is just, I was like, why? This naturally, this feels weird. Like this naturally feels weird. I'm gonna record you while you're down on your luck, and I'm gonna hand you giving you food and money so that you can help your own family. It's just odd. So I stopped doing it. So you'll notice inside of certain African countries, it's side of South Africa, this is like not really that crazy. I mean, this is a country that has approved LGBTQ marriage. I even saw the flag on a church when I was inside of Rosebank, Johannesburg. It was really wild to me. I was like, what the hell? And yes, I mean hell is this. God forbid. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we're not against LGBTQ here.
Where you from? Nigga, they got Bengali niggas in South Africa? Y'all niggas everywhere. What you own? What? All right, it look like you about to kiss me, gang. Take like 5 steps back. That nigga was freaky. My niggas posting on the block.
Well, how about this? Bruce the Box King. Please don't travel to Africa. Public announcement. Call in and let us know why people shouldn't travel to Africa. Call in. Let us know. Let us know. Here's the call-in link. Call in. Blam. Boom. Uh-oh, is this a YouTube link? What did I? Oh, shoot. Don't click that. My bad. That's the YouTube video we're watching right now. Damn. I'm supposed to put this one. My bad, y'all. Call in right here. There we go. There goes the StreamYard call-in link. Just call into the show. Let us know why people shouldn't travel to Africa. Okay? It would be very important. Is there something going on? Asked Jay Rello. There's no baddies there. Oh, you're talking about because of the women? Whoa. That's a bit unfortunate that you believe that there's no baddies inside of Africa. I'm not going to lie to you. That's a bit unfortunate, brother. That's a bit unfortunate. Like, if you listen to Jay Rello and what he says too, like about how, this is, how Africa, like, bruh, that's not good, man. It's not good. Man, you actually, matter of fact, he's right. There is no baddies. There is no Warren Bossing say. No, there's no baddies inside of Africa. There's definitely no baddies inside of Africa, all right, y'all? So me personally, I can barely pull any women inside of South Africa. So inside of Africa in general, I can barely pull women in this planet. You might as well, actually, for all you Western men, stay at home, actually. There's no women for us inside of the rest of the world, all right? There's no women. There's no women for us, and all the women don't look good. Yeah, he's right. He's right. Stay yourselves at home. Let me enjoy. I mean, let the Africans enjoy their own women, because there's no good-looking women in Africa. He's right. He's right. There's no good-looking women in Africa. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's no good-looking women. Nope. There's no good-looking women at all. I don't see. Have y'all seen any good-looking women? I ain't seen not one. I mean, I'm telling you. Like what? Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. There's no good-looking women in Africa. They don't have no thick joints with natural BBLs inside of Africa. Y'all need to stay yourselves home. Y'all need to listen to Jay Rello. Y'all need to listen to him. Don't go to Africa, man. Don't travel, actually. Just don't travel. Stay at home and don't travel. Just don't travel, guys. Don't travel. There's nothing out there for you. All the women mean, and they American women are better than African women for sure. That's one thing I'll tell y'all right now. This dude says go to Colombia. Hey, Bruce, why don't you call in? And I don't know if you're being serious about this. You got to be careful on how you word things. If you're saying that people should go to Colombia instead of Africa, you need to also mention that the probability of you getting drugged in a country like Colombia versus inside of any country inside of Africa is way higher. People are losing their lives. So when you men come online and you say things like this, if I'm to respect you as a man, you need to say the full grasp of what's going on. Okay? But then again, there is no good women inside Africa. So he probably right about this anyways. He probably right. I'm probably the fool, right? I'm probably the fool. Let's get back to the Pootie video, man. Really, we here to see what's going on with white South Africans, all right? That's what we're watching this video. They say they got a whites-only town inside of South Africa. We trying to investigate that.
Why? Hey, let me come in the middle right here. Posted on the block right here, dog.
Yo, what you doing, gang? What's up?
Posted, politicking. I'm really just trying to loiter.
Like, listen to what this South African just said. Listen to this. Sad.
Also on the block right here, dog.
Yo, what you doing, gang? What's up?
Yo, what you doing, gang? What's up? Oh, brother. Oh. Like, yo, it's so sad to see this Western culture being pushed throughout the world, y'all. Like, what do you mean? Yo, what you doing, gang? Oh my goodness. And like, yo, I'm telling you guys, man, like it's always the melanated countries too. Like they have the most people that want to idolize black people from America, and not the healthy-minded foundational black Americans. They always idolize the foolish ones. You know, it's always the foolish ones. Yo, what you doing, gang? Like, bro can barely say the sentence. It's yo, what you doing, man? That's how you say it. You know what I'm saying? Or what's good, gang? You know, that's how you say it. You know, he's yo, what you doing, gang? Like it's not even slick for real.
Why? Hey, let me come in the middle right here, dude. Also on the block right here, dog.
Yo, what you doing, gang? What's up?
That might get some African shorties because in their mind, they're like, oh my God, he just like the foundational hood black Americans. But in this shit, if this dude was to come to America right now, they'd be like, oh my God. Oh, this fake hood African. He think oh my goodness. You know, it's crazy though. I hate the degeneracy that's plaguing a lot of these countries, but it seems like the access point is when a white population is able to infiltrate your African country or any country that has melanated people, when a white population is able to infiltrate, that means more Western media can get into your people, more Western brainwashing, more Western degeneracy. It can go into your people. That seems to be the case. So let's continue. Very interesting.
Posted politicking. I'm really just trying to loiter and shit. I'm trying to be out here politicking for real. Just politicking. So like, if we see somebody cross back the corner, you know what I'm saying? We just gotta stay out here and loiter in politics. Yeah. One of my members.
Nah. You know we politic, yeah.
All right, hold on. Male ladies, I don't like the way they talking a little too loud. If they have mail in their pocket, I'm snatching that shit. Yo, I'm on bad timing right now.
Yo. You out there with the politics. What the politics? What the politics? Politics.
You feel me? Straight negativity. Y'all coming to South Africa, this video did cost a lot of money, but speaking.
How does ATP Flight School?
Y'all know y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't told me this whole time I was on mother effing mute. That is crazy, y'all. Nobody hit me up in the chat. Nobody said nothing. Y'all just watched me. And we got like a decent amount of viewers too. So that's really wild that y'all just watched me just talking to nobody. That's crazy. That's crazy, y'all. That's a form of psychosis for real. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not trying to diagnose y'all either, but I'm just saying that's a bit wild. That's a bit wild. What I was saying is that the degenerates, right? These degenerates, I was showing you guys this dude right here. We got to go all the way back real quick, just real quick. I was saying, you see people like this guy right here on your screen? This type of guy, he doesn't like the degenerates like that. And I was saying one day there's going to be a war. There's going to be a war between people that are civilized humans and people that are ratchet, obnoxious, and stupid. The capitalist puppets versus the real people of this planet, right? What do I mean by this, right? Now, these guys on the screen, oh, I'm just noticing too, I'm slightly blocking it a little bit as well. It's not too good, right? Let's try to change that. See what we can do real quick. Nope. No. Let me see, cancel. Shit, we're gonna have to leave it like that. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But I was just basically saying that these people that cause ruckus and do stupid shit, they're basically the capitalist puppets. Anytime a billionaire, or even not just a billionaire, anytime somebody's able to hijack your mind, this is when you become a true slave. And these people that go around just producing nothing but filth and foolishness, they are the worst people on this planet Earth. And like I was saying, one day is going to be a war between the people like us who are raw and real versus the ones who aren't, right? The ones who go with just law. They never think about raw. They only go with law. There's people that really believe that, oh, I'm meant to live in poverty because my government says that, you know, I have to work hard and stuff. Yeah, you do have to work hard. But at the same time, you have to also accept and understand the system too. The fact that the government... Shit, I'm messing everything up. My bad, y'all. Shit. Fudge. Should we call this a day? Damn it. I tried to get to it quick. Couldn't get to it, y'all. My bad. Is it echoing right now? I know it's echoing. Hold on. Damn. Is it echoing right now? Hold on. Hold on, y'all. My bad. Damn, man. We might be cooked, guys. We might be cooked. I ain't gonna lie. Let's get to this whites only town, man. I don't know why my stuff is glitching out like this. It's very weird, but let's get to the whites only town, because that was the whole point of this video anyways. I don't want to spoil too much. Oh, we already there, basically. Okay. All right, boom. Here it goes. So you guys know I'm Black American, man. I've traveled all around South Africa, and today we're going to be reacting to the whites-only town inside of South Africa, and we're going to see what's going on. A lot of people are skeptical always about South Africa because they're like, how are you guys so in love with white people? And some people inside of South Africa are like, we don't love white people, and we're not in love with them. We just understand that we prefer them than prefer any of you Africans. So, you know, that's just what it is, man. You know, and it's just what it is. Let's see what's going on, because I know some people are like, how the hell is it that you guys have a population of like 90%, the whites are only 10%, yet they're able to do things like this in your country, also having so much financial, structurability in your country as well, and you guys aren't even winning as much as the South African, white people. The black South Africans, they're doing, not as good as the white South Africans. Like, for instance, when I was inside of South African Johannesburg, I've never seen, when I was inside of Cape Town, I never saw, actually, that's a lie. I did see one poor white South African. He was on the streets begging, and hopefully his life gets better. But I saw a lot of white people in these nice, luxurious apartments and stuff that I was living in. When it comes to the black South Africans, I didn't see them living as nice. Yeah, I'm just going to be honest. All right. Let me make sure you guys can hear me good. I don't want no more mistakes. All right, Black American here to talk to you guys about the whites only city inside of South Africa. As you guys know, I'm a Black American. I've traveled all around South Africa as of recent, being inside of Durban. And today we're going to be talking about the whites only town inside of South Africa. A lot of people are skeptical of this because they say to themselves, well, damn, how exactly is it possible that you have a whites only town when majority of South Africans are melanated? They're black South Africans or foundational black South Africans. That's very weird. If anything, you should be able to chase them out. Some people have said that the black South Africans, they're suffering from a form of psychosis or mental disorder where they've, maybe even Stockholm syndrome, where they're captive. They've fallen in love with their captive. Their captor, excuse me. They've fallen in love with, the fact that these white people are not leaving. And if they did have to leave, then it would probably be some real anger, some real fighting going on. And a lot of the African countries, the African diaspora is constantly, at the black South Africans' necks saying that, hey, you guys need to work harder to get the whites out like you're working to get the Nigerians and all other types of races of Africans out of your country. You need to work hard to get the white South Africans out too. But why that is not really going to happen like that, hence why a lot of Africans say that they have a form of psychosis, is because when I was inside of Johannesburg and Cape Town, I've heard many melanated South Africans tell me, oh, we prefer them to be here. Well, I asked them, why is that? They would say, well, they make our country a better place. Without them, our country would fall apart. Without them, our country would never get here. They've offered and contributed enough, and the other Africans don't. So this is just how you guys can kind of see both sides of the story and see what's going on. Let's react to my boy Pooty. Let's see what's going on with this video. Pooty is a troll, a foundational Black American, but at the same time, a troll. And let's see what type of foolishness this video has to offer us. Let's get it. Like, comment, and subscribe. And also, if you feel so obliged, check out the Patreon, man. Patreon.com/Traveltriberaw, link in the description, so you guys can get more exclusive content just like this. All right, let's get to it.
US. Vladimir. Okay. Nice to meet you. So what area did you grow up in?
Well, I grew up in Orania.
Born in Orania too?
I was not born in Orania. I was born in the province of Natal.
So you're from there, but when did you move to Orania?
1995.
And you've been living here since?
Yeah.
Growing up, did you have like a lot of black friends? Was there a lot of black people?
No, I was in Orania, so my friends mostly are people from here.
So what is Afrikaans?
It's an indigenous language to Africa, spoken by Afrikaners. What you can immediately identify from the word Afrikaans is that the word Africa is the core of it. So it's a language that formed here on African soil. My ancestors been here for about 400 years, just shy of 400 years from the Netherlands.
So is it an ethnic group or a race or?
Absolutely ethnic group. A nation. It's a nation. It's a specific people, primarily from the Dutch, the Germans, a bit of English.
So is most people who live in Orania, is it Afrikaans?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Orania is established with the core principle of creating a home for Afrikaner people.
Oh, we're not in Orania.
We're in Orania, but Orania is divided by the road.
The road is trying to separate Orania. See, everything.
On the way over here, I made 2 bets with my cameraman. One you'll see later, but on this one, I got to randomly sneak in somewhere in the conversation. Oh, y'all got bottles of water here? As if they're like the lowest of lowest people.
There was no water going here to our agricultural sector. It's expensive to get the water here. So we built this pipeline. It was in the 90s.
So there's water now?
Now there's water.
Yeah, y'all have bottled water here now too?
Yeah, from the river, we pump water about 6 kilometers.
Yeah, and bottles too?
Yeah, we have bottles. We have Orania.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Question though, because you were saying is not pushing everybody out.
My name's Lacey Harris, and I'm the chair of the Independent Artist.
Stuff that KKK in the U.S. and other places, it seems kind of the same belief, but it's only for Iran.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Question though, because you were saying it's not pushing everybody out, but it's only for Orania. That is stuff that KKK in the US and other places, it seems kind of the same belief system in a way.
So the thing is, test people by their track record. There's proof that we are not out to hurt other people. So I don't think that's a fair comparison.
But a black person isn't allowed to live here. Well, what's the biggest misconception you think people have about Orania?
Obviously, the biggest misconception is that because we are trying to preserve our own, we then hate others.
Is there any prejudice towards other communities?
No, not at all. In fact, tourism is one of our biggest economic sectors in Orania.
But if it wasn't for the financial part of what tourism can bring.
That's the problem. The problem is that these white South Africans or Afrikaners, they don't believe that they're as bad as the KKK due to the fact that they're not exactly offing people or hanging people. But the truth is that you've invaded a country, and the country is predominantly a certain race of people, a certain ethnicity group, certain tribes are inside of South Africa. You've invaded, and now you believe that it's yours, so much so to the point that you kick everybody that is original to that land out of that land. That's the problem. And in their mind, it makes perfectly good sense. A lot of people say this is the colonizer mindset. Let's continue.
And the exposure part of what myself and other YouTubers, media journalists could bring. Would there be any one or any tourists to come in?
Yes, certainly. And the big reason for that would be we still have a story to tell. We still want people to experience our culture and take that experience back with them.
We are not threatened by people. We are not scared. Obviously, there's a lot of criminality and things like that in South Africa, but we are not scared to have people come into our shops. We state our case because we believe in it.
Could a white person who's not Afrikaans move here?
They would have about the same challenges as you.
So this is an Afrikaans rapper from the US?
In Afrikaans.
Yeah. Would he be allowed to move here?
This what a little birdie told me.
Is he rapping Afrikaans?
No, just straight murder music. Would he have a check?
I don't know if he's going to fit in the conservative community of Orania, but he can truly apply.
How about this guy? He's not Afrikaans yet, but...
Might get these niggas be on my so bad. These niggas watch me from a jail cell, man. These niggas watch me from a jail cell and be on my so bad, nigga.
No way. No way. Just going on his language, the way he speaks, that is not who we are. We are Christian conservative people.
What if he don't curse?
So bad.
I don't want that kind of stuff in Orania. The people of Orania.
It ain't that bad.
Well, it's bad for us. Maybe not bad for you. You can get someone like that into Orania would be to throw away everything with.
What if another community decides to build their own right next door? Would that seem problematic or what?
Yeah, well, first of all, it immediately seems to me like a threat.
We are not threatened by people.
This is the next bet I made with my cameraman. I got to get one of them to say PPP loan somewhere in the conversation.
Did COVID affect y'all bad, like financially?
Very, very bad financially because we are a local municipality.
In the US, we did this thing where he was giving out everybody a loan. You know what it was called?
Yeah, like grants or something like that.
What's the
stimulus? I can't remember.
Yeah, but it was like 3 letters. PPP loan.
No idea.
I think it was like a PPP loan. You heard of it?
No.
Sorry, like PPP loan.
No, I'm not sure.
If you had a business, they'll give you a check for it based off number of employees. You never heard of it?
Mm-mm.
Maybe say PPP. Was it PPP or PPP? 3 P's or 2 P's?
What does it stand for?
What did I say? Top.
Triple P.
Triple P.
Get approved in 5 minutes.
A lot of people, they ran it up. They bought Lamborghinis all because of that one loan right there.
There's a paycheck protection program.
Yeah, also known as paycheck. Yeah.
Low interest forgivable loan for small businesses.
So paycheck prevention program. There's also something called the SBA, the small business, but we got the SBA and the
paycheck protected.
Okay. With the reality in South Africa, and you will see the xenophobia and things happen. Ethnical hate that's between black South Africans and other black Africans. You see it in the World Cup on the opening game. Many African countries supported Mexico because they're angry at South Africa.
All the other African countries going for Mexico, and that's because everything is so divided. Wouldn't the concept of Orania help push the divide more? You know what I mean? Well, no, but like think about it. If everybody is going for it because everything is so divided, wouldn't the theory of this help divide more?
I don't say in the mainstream that divisive. Orania has been seen more and more by Africans as a solution. When communities take control of their own future, more and more Orania is seen as a model that other communities can use.
So is this the only grocery store in Orania?
No, it's one of 2 or 3.
I want to see what, you know what? I'm only here for the seasoning now. Look, this is how I really know how Orania is. Do y'all use seasoning in y'all food? Keep it a buck.
Yeah, we do. What I heard from the stereotypes, maybe not as much that you would like.
We need to import some Old Bay here.
Old Bay, what's that?
It's going to change the entire community.
Okay, well.
Get you some Old Bay seasoning. You know what I'm going to do? Tomorrow, get the whole community out. I'm going to teach everybody how to season up some chicken.
She's geeking out, y'all. Check this out. Uh-oh. See, this is why they really don't want the black people inside of Orania, inside of South Africa. What's really happening is these white women, boy, when they get a taste of that black, man, I'm telling you, look how she started laughing and smiling. Couldn't be my girl. Couldn't be my girl. Boy, oh boy, I'm so happy to be me, y'all. Y'all don't even know how it feels being me. Like, y'all couldn't even imagine. It's a great life. telling you, man. See this chick right here that start geeking and start laughing like that. Boy, oh boy, look, she going, y'all. Look, she a going chick. I can tell. Look.
Okay, we need to import some Old Bay here.
Old Bay, what's that?
It's gonna change the entire community.
Okay, well,
Get you some Old Bay seasoning. You know
Look at her. Oh my God. She hiding her smile. Oh my
what I'm gonna do
God.
tomorrow? Get the whole community out. I'm gonna teach everybody how to season up some chicken.
Old Bay.
Look at her. You're not even supposed to be talking to that black. You see how she talking to him? Nobody held her there. See, that's the part that they hate, y'all. See, they just can't stand the fact that, you know, us melanated men are so sought out. You know, see, white people, they would get that same love and treatment if they didn't have a reputation for being so ruthless and evil, immoral, and, you know, their women understand that what they are. You know, the rest of the world might not understand, but the white woman, she really understands the white man very well. And she understands exactly what he is. And, you know, the rest of the world, they look at the white man as like the savior of all worlds. But the truth is that only the white woman truly knows what happens inside of the white man's mind. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's continue.
1,000 rand for seasoning, man.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that taste. Who is the richest Afrikaner?
I don't know, maybe something like Anton Rupert.
Has he donated to here? If the message is great and this is someone that's Afrikaans and the message sounds like it's pushing the Afrikaans community forward, why hasn't he gave money to help? You know what I mean?
Yeah, good question. Maybe he will. Maybe he still will.
Online, one of the things I saw when I came here, there's no official currency.
So Orania had to establish its own local currency in order to grow the economy because there was nothing here in terms of economic productivity. No one is going to come put a gun against our heads because they can do nothing with our money if they rob it from us.
What's the crime like here?
So there's no place on earth with no crime.
What's the most common type of crime?
Small disturbances, things like that.
Like ding dong bitch? Like, no, like what?
Statistically, I don't know, but I would say something like noise complaints, disturbances.
No,
people keep, yeah, there's obviously theft, but it's not a very common thing.
Has there ever been like a shooting or like?
Yeah, we had some negative things. We have had also a gang of criminals that came in from the Eastern Cape and they stole vehicles here. That was
white
bad.
gangs or?
No, there was black people and we caught them.
What's the end goal for it? What if every country all divided its people? All the Chinese people only lived in China. All the Japanese people only lived in Japan.
I think it's less an issue of forcing all the Chinese people around the world into China. More a question of, do the Chinese people have a national home? But the problem is Afrikaners do not have a national home.
Do you think there's any way to fix?
I want to mention that I'm not mad at like segregation when it makes sense, right? Like, for instance, I don't think there's a problem with the fact that the dude is trying to, you know, have a whites only town. I don't see any issue with that. My issue is the entitlement. My issue is the fact that not a lot of this seems well thought out, if I'm going to be honest. Yeah, that's just what it comes down to, man. This shit, boy. I'm telling you guys, like it's entitlement, really. But I'm not mad at the concept. I'm just mad at how it's being done. Well, I'm disgusted. You know, I won't say mad. I'm just disgusted, man.
Fix it without separationalism?
Yeah. Well, I think the way to fix it, I wouldn't use the word separate. What's the word you use? I think the way to fix it.
This professional 32 terabytes.
That was crazy. Can't even say separate. All right, come on, man. Damn.
Futures for themselves. If you have a community with people that want to associate with one another because they like a certain sport, let them look out for one another.
You see the difference with that, though? I can choose to like hockey, but I can't be born a hockey player.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So do you think that ideology of Orania that you have is because of the lack of cultures that you experienced growing up?
Diversity can be just as bad as forced separation. If you force people to do things they don't like it, Orania is based on the idea of voluntary association. So I think the ideology might worsen if you force people to integrate in a way that they don't want.
Let me ask some questions that the viewers will probably want me to ask. What's your thoughts on black people?
Orania's thoughts on black people is not antagonistic, attacking kind of thought. We are not here to stand against people. The Orania idea is not inherently an idea of hate. It's an idea of trying to build something for Afrikaners.
But is there any prejudice towards black people for Orania?
So I think every community in the world has got people with prejudice. Whether you're in London, New York, or South Africa, that's just the reality. Is the Orania idea an idea based on prejudice or on racism? No, I don't think that's the case.
Across a guy who
We gotta skip the music, guys, so we don't get copyrighted.
A mix of different races. It comes from European, Asian, and African. As you can see, you'll get all types of colors here. You get white.
My God, this is the white Central Sea. This is the South African Central Sea, y'all. This is the South African Central Sea, y'all. Look at this dude.
It comes from Europe.
What? That's crazy. Yo, us foundational Black Americans really inspired the entire world. That's something to be very proud of. You know, that's something to be proud of, man. Look how everybody want to look just like us, man. Shout out to us, guys. We're great people. We're great people. For the ones that really are great.
European, Asian, and African. As you can see, you'll get all types of colors. Yeah, you get white, black, brown, you name it.
So where did that word come from?
It was put on us from apartheid. We don't have a place where we belong, so we don't know which side to choose. But we do know that. It shows us that we're not like everyone else, but we have everyone in us. You understand? Irregardless, being colored is the best thing. I appreciate being a colored. God blessed me to be this guy today.
Does the word colored offend y'all?
No, it's not basic on the skin color. You get it in different ways. You get black eyes, green eyes. For me, they're colored. Now it's the power. So, have green eyes, soft hair situation. Yes, it is what it is.
What neighborhood is this?
Eldorado Park. Yep.
Is most people here colored?
Majority.
Is it true that there's different neighborhoods and different sections where a lot of colored people might live in this area, white people might live in that area?
We represent all basically.
Right.
Even though we colored, we love our people. What happens the most is that gangsterism is a big thing in this place. It affects lots of our young children. Yeah, I was part of it our own life. Luckily, I had someone that gave me the motivation and the support that I needed to bring me closer to God and to see the light in myself. Yeah. There's not a big difference between black and white and colored, because we all are one. Being colored, we have no time for excuses. We don't actually know where's our place, where do we belong, but we create it. The part of where those are located.
Craziest places.
But there's too much things that you can say. Now you can just speak a little bit about from where you come from.
Up in Club Street West is kind of hard for a boy especially, because when you get mixed up with the wrong guys in the environment, end up doing wrong things. But also an opportunity, because there's a lot of girls, there's potential. You see, we dominate in this industry with the girls. Yeah.
Do you feel like the government made things harder for colored people?
In a way, yeah, because if you look at it, predominantly only black people are working.
If you're a young kid from here, what is more than likely is going to be your path route? Shit, is it's gang shit or?
Yeah. Get labeled, bro. Even if you just grow up, you get labeled.
How young do like kids here join gangs and stuff?
Yo, from the age of 13, 12, you must see them. It's real.
Even if you don't choose to be a gangster.
Even if you don't choose. Right.
From Club Streets, they're gonna say we fast cuts.
Like being ops. Like it's like O-Block and what.
Oh, so this is like O-Block.
Boom. Right there, we caught it. So, like I said, foundational Black Americans are so inspirational. And it's not just our, uprisings that we had inside of, foundational Black American history, but it's also the fact that we are the ones who inspire the world when it comes to negativity as well. So how it works basically is this, right? The capitalists, they need, right? And it's certain evil people within capitalism that we're really speaking of, right? These people need people to be foolish and stupid. They chose the Black American as the easiest to mentally manipulate, because everyone else actually has a country that represents them and that reaches out for support. When we're here inside of foundational Black American America, we don't get support from African countries, right? We don't get that, love, or we don't get, anybody to look out for us. So we're the easiest targets. So they thought, and so they think, right? The issue is that you have foundational Black Americans that are really like that. Like they're really like that. Like, and they're savages, brutal. And they will not let you just go ahead and colonize the mindsets of everyone. They break people free from the shackles of their mental oppressors, right? Because it's not physical slavery no more. It's a mental slavery, right? So what happens is, you have the stupid foundational Black Americans, the foolish ones. They're able to manipulate the rest of the world because capitalism, of course, these capitalists, they need the rest of the world stupid too so they can get more money. So, because it all comes down to money at the end of the day, and keeping people dumb so they never uprise against, the evil. So they push the foundational Black American as the mascot for stupidity worldwide. The easiest to manipulate would, secondly, after the foundational Black Americans, would be the Africans, because the Africans, for a lot of them, especially when they already had white infiltration like South Africa, they would be the easiest to break into mentally. When it comes to the children, when it comes to the youth, you can see the social media is so deep inside of South Africa. That social media westernized programming is so deep inside of South Africa that a guy miles away from America says in this video, oh, we're like O-Block, or he mentions O-Block, which is a huge area of Chicago that was once, really bad. They've been cleaning it up over the years, but it was once really bad. There was a war over there where even the government couldn't get things in control, right? And it had to do with territories, had to do with gang violence and all types of stuff, right? And see, it's a trickle down effect. You have the smart foundational Black American that's solid like a rock that you can't penetrate mentally. Then you have the foolish, stupid foundational Black American that's very easy to manipulate. These people rise to power, hence why we have so many of these idiot rappers, idiot gangs. Do you also know that foundational Black Americans, we have great rappers that are conscious speakers that they might even rap about stupid shit, but they do a lot behind the scenes to give back to their people. But then at the end of the day too, we also have conscious gangs, foundational Black Americans that are conscious, that are smart leaders and legacy builders. I know some people that I was around growing up inside of Inglewood, California. I don't want to say too much of the things that was done, but these gangs was ones where they were honorable. They live by a real code and they give back to the ones that need it the most. They wake people up. They do right in their community. They've done a lot of good. So when we talk about gangs, people say, oh, we got to get rid of the gangs. Not exactly. You need to keep the gangs that are important. You need to get rid of the gangs that are foolish and stupid that spread their Western filth. They have no honor. They have no respect for themselves, for others. They have no morality. These are the evil that we need to get rid of, right? But then you have honorable gangs too at the same time. So like I said, it's a trickle down effect, right? So these powers that be, they manipulate the foundational Black American. They grab the stupid ones, the stupidest of the foundational Black Americans. I mean, just the dumbest Americans that you can find, but specifically the Black Americans, because they were the easiest to manipulate post-slavery, because, nobody got mental health after. Like so many people, they say, oh, well, the Black American, they're just like this. They're just ratchet and dumb and just violent just because in the no. The truth is that after slavery, such a traumatic event, one would think that right after that, you should get some help mentally. No Black person in recorded history ever had a therapist after slavery. Once they gave the freedom, because Black people made them through force, which they never talk about in history as well. But once that was given, the powers that be, they went ahead and said, okay, everybody back to work now. Everything's cool now, right? Everything's cool now. We don't want no problems. You still had foundational Black Americans that fought behind the scenes because they're like, no, it doesn't end here. But so many stupid ones got on cold with the stupid manipulating colonizer that now things just seem so cool and shit. So, okay, trickle down effect, right? So after they got the stupid foundational Black Americans to carry out their stupid bidding, they realized that they can use our sisters and brothers as the catalyst for worldwide Western brainwashing, right? Because Black people, our energy, even when we were considered to be African or Native American, our energy has always just been that energy, just the one that others cannot manipulate, right? We've always been the coolest. We've always been the most dominant. We're the ones that really run this planet. If it wasn't for these Western people creating their metal machines, then we would, at foundational Black Americans and melanated people worldwide, we would be on top. Our muscle mass is bigger. We are, more calculated. Just when you look at the science and you see all the greatness that has come out of Egypt, ancient Egypt, we were the first real civilization. We were the most organized. So there was many great things that have came from melanated people worldwide, but they trickle down, right? So they use the stupid foundational Black Americans to manipulate the stupid Africans, right? Now, the African's mindset is one that really needs to be studied, because the African never really had the same kind of manipulation that foundational Black Americans had. See, our greatness stopped midway before peak, right before peak. We had Black Wall Street. We had so many great things going for us. But right before there, they bombed us. You guys know, I believe it's called Greenwood. We had so many, what was it called? It's not the Negro Association. It was some, you guys can look into these things, but we had so much great things going for us. And right there, that's when they bombed their own community. They bombed America because these white people, they just couldn't take it. They said, man, they getting too close to being damn near godlike. We got to destroy them now. It's getting too close. They're getting too close to us. They got their own private protection agencies and Black Panther parties. This is why I wear this so pridefully. I wear this every day. It's not me if I'm not wearing my comb or if I don't have it in proximity to me. I would never go anywhere without this. These people sacrificed physically more than I've seen than Jesus Christ has. They say Jesus Christ has sacrificed his life. I have no concept of that. I have no proof of that. I only have proof that these people sacrificed all for me to have the life that I have today. So I give them the utmost respect, right? So the Africans, their brain has to be studied because you have some very intelligent Africans, but their love for religion blinds them extremely. When you mention to the average African about what had to be done inside of America so that Black people can get the freedoms that we have inside of America, Africans are, oh my God, what? No, we could never do that. And you're looking at them like, whoa. They'll say things like, God doesn't intend for this. God wouldn't want, this shouldn't be because God and our people told us that this was, because the powers that be inside of some of these African countries, they've manipulated the brains of so many of the Africans to make them believe that you just need to be a docile pup. Just go ahead and live in poverty. This is what God has made for you. This the life God wants you to live. And so many of them really, truly believe this. They really believe that. Never in a lot of these Africans' mind will they ever say, you know what? I don't think God's really helping us here. And maybe he's present, but he needs us to act so that we can have God do his bidding. Right? So if you act on something, like they always say, even in the Bible, they don't teach this much in Africa, but they say faith without works. You must put in the work in so that that faith can prosper, right? But the Africans, they don't believe in the same thing the foundational Black Americans believed in to get the freedoms that we have. They honestly inside of Africa believe that us Black Americans just woke up one day and we got money. And we just got out of slavery. They just believe that happened. They don't think there was any wars. They just believe like, oh no, God saved you. It's a level of brainwashing that needs to be studied. Seriously. So it's a trickle down effect. Like I said, guys, and excuse me if I've been going in on this. There's so much, that plagues our melanated people worldwide, but man, it's really a trickle down effect. They get the dumbest of us and then they push it to more people that can be easily manipulated, and it just gets further and further on, so it's very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Let's continue. But yeah, I was just saying this all to say that right here, when this brother right here or over here mentioned O Block, I was saying all this to basically just make it easy to understand how they've been mentally manipulated to believe, that they should be speaking on being a gang out loud. Number one, I mean, that's the craziest thing. Shout out to all the South African gangs, but I don't like ones that speak out publicly. Like what type of, that's nothing about being a gangbanger. Like, I mean, that's not hood at all. I grew up in Inglewood, Cali. Never in my life have I heard some people be so vocal about being in a gang. In Inglewood, they was quiet. You would think, oh man, this dude in the church, but no, but after church is done, he in the streets. You would never know that because it was quiet. But see, for these brothers right here to be so loud about it, like, we know about O Block and people getting on camera talking about we in a gang, that's not P. That is not P. Oh no.
Yeah. Shit, we in O Block.
Every kind of O Block.
And it just shows you how much the mindset has been infiltrated. Shows you how much the mindset has been infiltrated.
Yo, this video went from a street interview to a racist comedy video to a hood tour. I'm giving y'all 3 in 1. I've been gone for almost a year. Fuck it. Also, y'all, right now, new picture on my Instagram right here. Make sure you go to my Instagram and like the picture and comment here from YouTube.
In America, there's none of these shakes there.
We got stuff similar though. So we got like mobile homes that's similar.
Yeah, people don't have electricity and lights. They connect wires illegally. This is when the troublemakers.
It's where the troublemakers.
They run you.
What the fuck am I I do it here?
If you catch your nonsense in the street, you run here, and no one is gonna find you.
That's our place where many people.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
If you know people around here, it becomes a safe haven. You can catch one shot, run in here, you gone. Cops won't find you.
So what's through here?
Don't worry.
Hey, should I be through here? God, damn.
You, I'll rest myself.
Why is everything here hiding? Everything here is either hideout, run from cops, or nobody can find.
There's nothing funny about living like this either. It's very sad. Very, very sad. And you'll see a lot of white South Africans, they'll take trips in these areas right here, calling it like an excursion or a vacation or something like that. You know, I travel quite often, and, you know, when I go to areas like this, my heart just like really sinks because I know there's young people living here that, you know, due to the irresponsibility of their parents and due to it also being legal, which tells you how the law sometimes is wrong because not everybody should be able to procreate. But due to that, there's people suffering in here, but not just people, but, you know, young people as well. Young people that shouldn't have to live this type of life, you know, and the only reason they have to live it is because you as an African parent did not choose to give your offspring the best start to their life because you're a fool, simply put.
Welcome to South Africa. This is the best I hear.
By the way, I just want to say, I want you guys to count how many white people live in this area versus how many white people live in Orania.
This is where all the chaos happens.
The chaos.
Yeah. Let me show you. Yeah.
Did you was that? Oh, this is people do dice?
We play out dice.
I ain't playing dice. Never play dice in hood with people you don't know.
You see how black is this from Chicago? Never said school yet. Look at what Donald Trump.
Tell me about this area.
This area is good, Marvin.
The sad thing too about these people is,
Oh, really?
these are a lot of good people at heart. The South Africans are very cool, good people at heart. But unfortunately, that brainwashing of Western manipulation, it plagues so many of our melanated brothers and sisters worldwide, guys. It's so sad.
Very bizarre.
Where can I move in? What's your favorite part about?
Can you imagine if all these brothers and sisters here had money? You know what I'm saying? Just in this community right here. Can you imagine if they had money? They would be probably doing great things, right? If they were born into wealth. Actually, I don't know many people born into wealth that just become a gangbanger or become a gang member, right? So
I live in here.
The struggle.
Nigga said the struggle, bro. And then this dude said the gangster. Yeah. I know how to laugh through it. Yeah.
One thing
notice the kids in the back. So sad. So sad.
about talent you get before.
Imagine this is your life. And this is all around Africa, by the way.
Makes our people strong.
Yeah. I know how to laugh.
This is all around Africa. These little tin houses. This is all around Africa. This isn't just South Africa. This is all around. It's very disgusting to see. And these people, they breed and have kids and raise them in these areas because they're suffering from a disorder. And their laws make it legal. Their laws make it legal to suffer from a disorder and bring a child into that suffering with you. Why is it legal, though? Why would they make that legal? Well, the more bodies, the more taxpayers. The more bodies, the more money. That's how this works. You know, the more bodies, the more they can manipulate your offspring's mind and brainwash them and control them to be a debt slave and to give more to the powers that be. It's very simple. You know, so this is very evil at the end of the day. Shout out to my Patreon, too. Check out the Patreon if you guys want more content like this. This is very sad. It's heartbreaking, honestly. It's very heartbreaking. Very heartbreaking. They're just so irresponsible. See, the raw side of life tells us that this should never be happening, but the law says it's legal. So everybody's going to do it because the law says it's legal, but biological law says it's not legal. Biological law, meaning the raw side of life, says this is not legal and this is disgusting and demonic. To bring offspring into a place like this, it's a hellhole. It's hell.
One thing about talent you get before clients.
Oh, you colored?
Me?
Yeah.
Nigga, what are you, nigga?
He's like, nigga, what? You dare be a troll, bro.
Growing up as a colored, yeah, it's kind of like a privilege also because we have homeboys, old brothers that look out for you. If you don't have homeboys, then you don't have truth for yourself. So yeah, growing up as a colored is a privilege, yeah, and it's a deep privilege also.
I bet you never noticed I could tell you what.
Look at, oh my God. Look at how some people have to live, guys. Look at this. Be grateful every day that you're a foundational Black American or that you are in a better condition than this. Boy, oh boy. Well, I guess that's the end of the video, guys. Let's see if we made it to the end. Okay, a little bit more. I think they're playing music, so yeah, they're playing some music. Look at all those. Did you see all the, oh my God. Like, and the issue with these devils and demons too is they don't stop procreating. I'm like, you can do your evil and filth, but stop bringing offspring into the world to suffer with you. Young Villain comes in with the fire emoji. Shout out. But yeah, man, it's oh man, oh gosh, these foolish, stupid Africans, oh man, and stupid foundational Black Americans. All these people are just so dumb and stupid. When will they see that this has nothing to do with, which country you're from, and all to do with the legacy and the future for all of us? We're all the lowest ranking on planet Earth. If you ask any country on earth, which people do you want to keep out? Oh yeah, we don't like the blacks. The blacks are this, the blacks are that. And it's just so sad. So sad. Because the stupid ones, they procreate 100 times faster than us mentally salvaged or mentally sane foundational Black Americans or Africans, right? So you might catch yourself as an African person listening to this and you're offended because he said stupid African. Yeah, that's because you're slow, because you immediately got to like, oh my God, he just said Africans are stupid. Yeah. If we're talking about you, then we're talking about you. You are a stupid African. That's a fact. If we're talking about you and you got offended by when I said stupid foundational Black Americans, that's because you are a stupid foundational Black American. If you know what you are, then somebody saying stupid, you shouldn't put yourself in that category. You should probably just say that, oh, he's talking about the stupid ones, not the smart ones, right? But so many people, they're so foolish and dumb, and they'll just immediately just, oh my God, you shouldn't talk about our African brothers and sisters like this, man. Listen, guys, this world is, it is no longer about race. It is strictly divided from stupid idiots that cannot accept the raw side of life versus the people that only listen to the law and do not accept biology, do not accept any of the raw form of life. There's only two different categories that this world is now divided into: healthy-minded humans and brainwashed humans. That's how it works, right? And then when you go deeper into the divisions, it goes race, religion. And the only reason religion and races and traditions matter is because these are very important, dividers, right? Like, yeah, the main two dividers are, stupid people and non-stupid people, right? But even when you have a perfect world or a great world or a good world, whatever you want to call it, you still have to be segregated into your own groups for anything healthy, right? Like the show, The Avatar, The Last Airbender. They say the world was functioning great, right? Everything was good until the Fire Nation attacked. Everything was going good. Why was everything going good? Because people were divided and they can do their religious beliefs in peace. They can have their traditions in peace, et cetera, right? But once that stupid place, starts doing stupid shit, then that's when everybody that is the good people of the planet are supposed to join forces and attack that evil force. But with the way these idiots procreate, it's just too many idiots on this planet Earth, guys. I tell you, man, it's just too many idiots. We're completely outnumbered. This is why, we going back into this polygamy shit. I'm not even going to get into it, man. I'm not even going to get into it. But you guys know why I'm so big on polygamy. We have to procreate tenfold or 100 times more than the idiots. If you're a man that has money, you believe in legacy, you understand and accept the raw biology of this life and this planet, you need to procreate times 100. Oh, but this man, he's not going to be around his kids like that. That's womanly thinking. That's how these stupid idiot females think. Oh, you're not going to be around your kids. No, that's how idiots think. No. Real women would say that, damn, you know what? I can either get with a man that's going to see his offspring once a week and do more than a bum can do for that offspring in a mother effing lifetime, or I can just get with the bum. Either I get with the bum that provides nothing the entire offspring's entire lifetime, no financials, no mental capacity to do something good in your life, no talk about legacy building. Or I can get with the man that sees my offspring once a week. I know I'm doing something good and healthy for the world. And this will push forth more healthy-minded, mentally stable people. That's how it works. That's how it works. Shout out to Young Villain. Let's go back to this tab, actually. He says, any trust new women / girls or make sure you. What? Any trust new women / girls or make sure you. Huh? I don't know what you meant by that, brother. Young Villain also comes back and says, YouTube ain't fun without you. Hey, I appreciate that, brother. I try to keep it fun, but sometimes it gets so serious because I'm like, damn. I'm just realizing as I keep going through this life, I'm like, man, this world is filled up with really stupid people. And it's concerning because like the level of stupidity is very high. And I guess it wasn't until I started posting online that I realized, I said, oh shit, people are dumber than I thought. Like there's like real idiots out here. And I think that they're serious. They don't call in, they don't debate. They just push their stupidity throughout like this planet, and then they get online and push it more. And I'm like, damn, like, yo, like we might actually all be cooked for real. Like it's just occurring to me like as of recent that if there's this many stupid people and not enough smart people reproducing, you know, and really maybe the smartest thing is to just simply not reproduce, you know, because this world is filled up with stupid people. You know, and unless you're going to operate as a tribe with your 100 offspring, you have the financial backing to back them. You have a good support system. You have good feminine women in your life that understand their roles. You know, but if you don't have these and you don't have tribe, you might as well just not even procreate for real. You might as well just not do that. You know, because the idiots will conquer and manipulate your offspring, turning them into an idiot too. You know, there's just no point. You know, but anyways, more content like this on Patreon though. Oh, jeez, man. Oh, these stupid people, boy. They're all over this planet. Shout out to MKFO says, what's your favorite city in South Africa and why? Oh, that's a good question. Okay. My favorite city inside of South Africa would probably be Johannesburg. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The reason I say Johannesburg is because I feel like you can get a lot of business done. I've met a lot of great people inside of Johannesburg, and I trust Johannesburg. Even though people say like, "Oh, I don't trust it like that," I haven't had a bad experience in Johannesburg yet. You know what I'm saying? So even I'm not even really into Durban like that. Durban's nice. And actually, shout out to the Indians inside of Durban too. You guys would be surprised. The Indians inside of Durban are really cool people. They're not as like messed up and racist as like the Indians inside of America. Like American Indians are like pretty racist. You know what I'm saying? They'll walk around the store and follow you and shit. You know what I'm saying? What you doing in my store? Like, it's like you put your store in the hood. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you mean? Like, you know, there's all types of reported cases, you know, but man, yeah, the Indians inside of, or, you know, any people from that region, they're all very cool people. So shout out to them. But yeah, y'all, that's the video, man. I appreciate you guys all for watching, man. Seemed like we had a decent audience at some point too, but see, it's kind of going down now. So appreciate you all for being here, man. You know, hey, more content like this on Patreon, man. What more can I say, man? We gone. Holla.